Gazebo in Lawrence today. There's a get out the vote rally by the Democrats happening today. Lady right in front of us there in the pink, that's Marcy Francisco. She's a Kansas State Senator. There's going to be a number of other representatives here. But you know, it's interesting. Last year, was it last year? I think it was. Dr. Skeezer's over here for this, and apparently they kicked him out of the whole park. And so we'll come out today and see exactly how democratic the Democratic Party is. You know, while a lot of my principles lean Democratic, I'm an independent. And I think for myself. So I don't vote for a party, vote for a candidate. You going August? Cameraman for the Lawrence Times has never made himself an issue, which is unusual. He's a cool dude. So we'll see how many people come out here today. It's supposed to start at 3 o'clock. There's a few more walking up. You can see our courthouse is under renovation in the background there. And if you're chatting, I can't see the chat, so mods will have to handle that. So we're basically waiting for them to get started here. Carol Kadu Blackwood is supposed to be here. She's from the school board. You know, the out-of-control school board that we have. There's going to be a couple other state representatives, I think, here. I think Marcy Francisco's the headliner. Try to keep from shaking it too much. But yeah, like I was saying, Doc was telling me a couple years ago when they did this event that they had the police come and remove him, that his presence was just more than what they could handle. And this is a public park, so not sure how that's going to happen here, but we'll see. Stranger things have happened in this town recently. I do believe that's Mike Amick's over there, maybe? One of the former commissioners around here. And what do we got? We got some signs walking up. Let's see what the signs say. I don't know if there'll be any opposing views here today or not. No Trump. No Musk.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got signs, so it's obvious those are okay. There's Doc walking up. And he's got his sign too. And you know, he's king of the playpen. Oh, nice. Making fun of Trump there. surprised if we don't see some of our library friends here.
I guess I'll see how lazy I am. I'm all right. Yeah.
So you guys can see Doc up there. Unfortunately, I can't zoom in on this thing since we're live right now. I'm on my phone. He's up there with a sign that says Liberal USD 497 School Board hates free speech. Pretty sure there's probably something on the back side of it. Bob, I can see that chat come through. Thank you, brother.
Already have an appointment at 1 o'clock, so I can't.
But yeah, we've got all kinds of other signs out here, and there's a few others. There's a lady that's got one that's making fun of Trump. There she is. So that one will be fine.
How's it going?
Going good, August. How are you doing? Well, really?
I work storage.
Yep. Hey, I was just telling him that's the Times photographer. He's not a bad guy. Have a good one, man. Now he's got his sign flipped over. It says abortion is child murder, clear as day. And see, you know, August is going to get a picture of him. And now we got other people walking up there. You got to be pretty brave to go up there and hold that sign.
Would be.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Be a courageous person.
Sometimes it takes that kind of courage, though.
Yeah.
I bet his courage doesn't allow him to adopt any babies. I bet his courage does not allow him to adopt any babies.
Why would you say that?
He's all for abortion, but I bet he isn't willing to take
An unwanted.
some unwanted child.
Have you asked him?
No, I haven't. Don't impact him.
Okay. It's unfortunate.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the next step on the path to take back our country. My name is Melinda Levon. I'm the chair of the Douglas County Democrats and Vote No Kansas. Thank you for coming out today. The people that are here today, we are the real Kansans. And just like most of America, word on the street is we do not support Doge. We do not support drunk texting war plans. We do not support arresting judges in courtrooms. We do not disappear our student activists. And ICE should
So I
not be
think if
snatching
you don't
people
agree
away
with them,
from
you're not
their
a real
honest to
Kansan
God
here.
regular immigration appointment like that mom, Rosemary, out of Crawford County, Kansas. Bring her home. Say it with me. Bring her home.
Bring her home! Bring her home! Bring her home!
We are the real Kansans, and we have proven that we do not want abortion to be banned in our state. We don't want moms to die in the ER parking lot like our friends down in Texas and Georgia and Alabama and Tennessee. But can you believe that we have to do this shit again?
Uh-oh, she said a curse word.
That's right. In August of 2026, there is another constitutional amendment that will be on our primary ballots in August of
that Marcy
26.
Francisco was
It's
standing
about
up there with her and
billionaires
she said
buying
that
off
curse
judges,
word?
but it's really just a backdoor to banning abortion. That's right. This isn't our first
That's
rodeo,
crazy.
though, is it?
Sheaves and
So now
clapping
that a
for
lot
it.
of America has clarity on what we are against, like we're against Doge, we're against Musk, we're against Trump and this ideology, I think it's time to start talking about the things that we're actually for.
What are we for?
So I did invite Kansas leaders
Exactly.
from all over the state today to speak about the work that people are doing now and our vision for the future. If you read Project 2025 and you saw this spring how the MAGA supermajority in Kansas overturned even 15 of Governor Kelly's vetoes in just one day alone, we know what we're up against. You know what's happening, and you know why we're here. Dr. Reverend William Barber of the Poor People's Campaign said once in a sermon, "You do not have to accept this reality. You do not have to accept this level of subjugation. You know who you are, and you know what you need to do."
Well,
So I'm going to ask you
Kinda
three
the way some
questions,
of
and
us
I
do.
hope the answer to all
we
three of
shouldn't
these
have to accept
questions
that
is
reality,
yes.
but we end up getting forced
Are
in
you
it.
ready?
Yes.
That's a bonus question. Are you ready to vote no again? Yes. Are you ready for a different Kansas? Yes. And are you ready to take back this nation? Yes. Me too.
Now they're going to go up
On
and
this
block,
table
try to
up
block
here,
his
there are
message.
stickers for August to 26th.
And you know that lady
There is
right
a
there, if
handout
you
on Douglas
recognize
County
her?
events coming
Anybody
up. There is
recognize her?
also a handout on what will be on your ballot this year in 2025. Please help yourself to those materials.
Look at this.
I'm so glad everybody's here today.
Look
Thank
at
you for
this.
coming up here.
Look at this. I bet he can walk them across that sidewalk 3 or 4 times. I bet they'll walk around the sidewalk and walk along the sidewalk with him 3 or 4 times. Look at them all coming up now.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. Next up, our first speaker. We have a first-time Kansas House representative who is a longtime advocate for Kansas kids. She is the House legislator that made the Republicans
you're
go on
watching a
record and vote
real-time
against CanCare expansion again.
Of the freedoms here in Lawrence.
And she says right on her website that our tax structure must ensure that people pay a fair share but not overburden us regular working people. Please help me welcome
Is she
House
calling
District
them
10
names?
Representative Suzanne Weichel.
Hello, Lawrence. Thanks for coming out today. For those who don't know me, I am Suzanne Weichel. I'm the state representative for District 10 here in Lawrence. I'm a mom of 2 young kids. I'm a public school parent. I'm a social worker, and I'm a Democrat. All right, let's talk about what we stand for. As a Democrat, I unequivocally stand for due process for everyone.
So this is how things work here.
No disappearing of anyone off American soil. I stand for health care as a basic human right for everyone.
Don't you find it kind of funny that he's got a sign that says hands off our democracy while he tries to block somebody else's sign?
To push back on efforts to take away people's health care. Simply put, the legislature and politicians do not belong in doctors' offices between patients and clinicians. As a Democrat, I I stand for strong public schools in every community for every child. I trust and support
Is
teachers
this kinda
and
hilarious
believe
or
that
what,
public
guys?
dollars belong in public schools. And education isn't just about K-12. We also need affordable higher education and early education. As a Democrat, my priority are people and families over corporations. This means a tax system that is fair and ensures the wealthy and corporations pay their fair share and reduces our reliance on property tax and regressive tax systems. As a Democrat, I support family-friendly policies, including affordable, high-quality childcare and early education,
So we have
available
signs that
for
say we
every
defend
family
democracy
that
and
needs
freedom.
childcare. I really can't stress this enough. My family's been paying a childcare bill for 8 years. We're going to be done in 3 months, and what that means for our family budget is really monumental. And families across the state are struggling to afford care for their young children so that parents can be in the workforce. I also support a child tax credit
Now,
for
I don't know if
families.
you guys remember,
and
but the
affordable
one
housing
standing
not
there
only for homeowners but also for
with the
renters,
hands
which make
off
up
Social
a
Security
large
sign and the
portion
black
of Kansas
jacket.
families. And lastly, as a
She's the one that
Democrat,
turned off my camera
I
at the
know
library.
that diversity is a strength and it
Remember
must be
her?
celebrated, and we must welcome everyone who comes. Thank you today.
Thank you so much.
we're
That
gonna
was
kinda ask her about
Representative
it.
Suzanne Weichel, everyone.
Hey,
Next
how
up,
come you turned off my camera
it
at the
is a little
library a few weeks ago?
intimidating to
You don't have an
announce some of these
explanation
folks,
for
so
that?
I'm just telling you my
Uh-huh.
favorite things about them. Please help me welcome our next speaker.
But you
She's
see
a
how much
football
freedom
mom
matters
who
to these
has had to cheer
people.
people on. She ran for others when other people did not. Ran for office when other people could
wasn't
not
her.
step up. She was out there across the whole state of Kansas, across all the towns
says.
during the 2022 campaign. You know which one. She is my chair. She is Madam Chair of the Kansas Democratic Party, Gina Repass.
Is that not going to be considered harassment at some point?
Oh, hello. Are Diane and Randy Dean here? They're coming? Oh, they're here. Okay, they're gonna make their way up here real quick. So I literally just got here. I would not normally be dressed like this for an outdoor rally on a day. I'm a black woman. This is not the best day for my hair. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. I just left Platte County, Missouri. Was the keynote at their event. But I got to really speak in for a long time. I promised your amazing chair. Before we do anything else, can we please give a round of applause for Melinda Levon, who is the chair of Douglas County Democrats, one of our strongest Democratic parties. And one of the things that you guys don't know is this is one of the arbiters of vote no. And when she got up here and just dropped a little knowledge, we're gonna have to vote no again. And by the way, here's your date. Last time it was August
She
2nd,
acts like she doesn't
2022. This
remember,
year,
but they
it's
do.
August 4th, 2026. 080426. Vote no, and we're going to be leaning on this wonderful woman again, but we are going to do that. Good job, Melinda. So I'm not going to talk long. I'm going to give us a little rally, but I wanted to do this real quick. A couple of years ago, we started what's called our KIDEA Award. That's Kansas Young Dems in Action Award, and it's given in honor of a young man named Taylor Dean. Taylor Dean was a union worker and an activist, and his parents gave me a bag full of his shirts, his old union shirts. I'm going to let them talk about Taylor real quick, and I'm going to give them something, but I wanted to find the appropriate
Wonder if
place to
Eric
do
Watts
it,
would think
and his
that
mom
would
said
be
it has to
storming
be at a
them
rally.
in a
So would you
mob-like
please
fashion.
help me welcome
That's kinda
Diane
what it
and
looks
Randy
like to
Dean,
me.
please, real quick.
I mean, if Dr. Steves was Eric Watts and all those people with kids in Peabody, Kansas, they'd all be on the ground at gunpoint right
My
now.
first question is, how many of you here today are here because you're being paid? How many of you here today are Kansans? That's exactly what I thought. My son was Taylor Dean. He was a sixth-generation Kansan. He was a rank-and-file member of Labor's Local 1290 that represents construction workers across the state of Kansas. These are his words from a speech he gave several years ago on Labor Day. He said, I'd like to speak a little bit about what this day means to me and should mean to working people all over. On this day, we remember the sacrifices made and conditions standards won by organized labor. On behalf of working people everywhere, we must realize these gains made by an industrial democracy, finally guaranteed by the National Labor Relations Act of 1937, after being built little by little with the help of allies in state houses in Washington since the dawn of industrialization. Today they are under attack by organized business and cannot be taken for granted. Although this is nothing new, some of the wealthiest individuals of all time fought our forefathers and mothers tooth and nail when all they wanted was time to recover from a hard week's worth of work and decent enough wages to access safe housing and enough food. From Rockefeller sending Gatling guns to cut down the wives and children of striking miners in blood flow, to Carnegie sending in hired goons to battle steel workers in Homestead who couldn't support themselves after a large pay cut. This goes without mentioning the textile factories who wouldn't let their employees leave in the event of a fire. This continues to this day, where a company that sits on the north side of Wichita would rather allow their pipelines to explode than to maintain them, or Massey Energy, who ignored safety laws that killed 38 miners. Walmart and Amazon, who have employees who depend on Social Security nets, or fast food workers and soda workers that are leading the fight for 15 for a living wage against some of the largest, most profitable corporations in the history of mankind. That one is personal to me because those individuals in that fight to 15 movement are doing what my trade, which is a general labor, were fighting for 125 to 130 years ago. So how do working people overcome this organized greed? At the heart of it, it comes down to what it means to be union. What does that mean to be union? For many, it means good pay and benefits. For others, it means a guaranteed pay premium when the boss wants to cut into your free time. Still others, it's protection from discrimination because of the color of their skin, the country in which they were born, their gender, who they love, or the God that they pray to. Really, at the core, being union means solidarity amongst the working class. How do we do this? We stick up for our coworkers when the boss has it out for them. We pay a small premium to make sure more and more money ends up in the pockets of those who made the product or provide the services rather than go into the pockets of the business owners. It also means staying on the picket lines and supporting the strike while the workers are negotiating for better pay and working conditions. Finally, support candidates that fight for working people by sending donations, however small, knocking doors, and in the voting booth. Once they are elected, stay vigilant. Petition them by phone calls, letters, emails, and town halls to make sure they still support our interest. This is all why I ask each and every one of you to refrain from shopping at Walmart and Amazon and other cost-cutting corporations who would rather put profit over the lives of their workers, or at least encourage those workers to organize. If you're looking for a car to buy a U.S.-made car from a U.S. company, or if it's a German or Japanese company, one that is where the factories are union. If you need work done on your home or business, please find a union contractor.
Incredible, man.
Then probably, most important of all, ask your local and state elected officials to resist the right to scab laws and petition our federal
This
elected
behavior right here
to
is why I
sponsor
don't hang
and
with you
protect
guys anymore.
the right to organize. Solidarity today.
My beliefs are left-leaning, but I will never
tomorrow.
vote with you guys
Solidarity
anymore because of what you're
forever.
doing right here.
And those are the words of Taylor Dean,
Absolutely
which are
pathetic.
still relevant today.
Absolutely pathetic. Every single one of you. Pathetic behavior.
What a beautiful quilt, guys.
And you know, you gotta thing on your sign there that says
I wanted to
respect
give a few
veterans.
minutes of my time to Taylor's family because right now it's not just unions under attack, it is
He's a
working
veteran.
class families under attack.
So you don't want to
So here,
respect him?
that is my time, and I was willing to cede it. I do want to say this:
Shut
are there
up.
any veterans or active duty service members in there? Raise your hand, raise it high, keep it up. Please clap for them.
Respect your veterans. Respect your veterans.
Let
Right?
me tell you that Democrats are not patriots. We love this country too. So here I'm going to go because you've got some great speakers. A bunch of my sheroes are on the stage. But let's rally. You're here to rally. Stand up. If you're in a chair, stand up. Get on your feet. Square your shoulders.
See, she's
It is
got a-
time for us
on
to
the
tell
back
our
of the sign
country
that
what we
says
stand for.
respect veterans.
So we're going to do a repeat after me. I will.
And you know what? In a
Speak
public
out.
area.
Speak out. I will.
So this person here brings her kid out, and she has her kid do her work for her. And this one here,
American!
she doesn't know what it means to be American. Are you?
Thank you for being
You don't
Democrats.
respect
Thank
other
you for being
people's
out here.
rights.
Stay in the fight. Thank you, Melinda. God bless you. Get our country back.
Is that acting like an American, what you're doing right there? Run into me, I will file a charge. Hey, these are what your Americans are doing out here.
That was an
You see that?
amazing.
See that, what your Americans are doing out
Michael,
here?
no one's listening to you today at all.
See
Only
what your
women
Americans are doing out here? What your Americans are doing out here?
What's your video channel? I want
It's what your Americans are doing out here.
Randy and Diana Dean, you've been to Lawrence several times. I know you guys have visited your
Yeah,
place.
that's gonna fucking happen.
Thank you again for coming to Lawrence.
He has filed many lawsuits
That was amazing.
against people.
So, up next.
You guys are pathetic,
we
man. This is a
did hear,
pathetic display of democracy.
From Senator Diana Sykes. She's
Yeah,
stuck
what
in
you guys are
traffic
doing
from
is a
another
pathetic
event.
display of
She is
democracy.
talking to
confirmed
him.
for June
Ma'am,
22nd
Not
at
you.
the ION.
Ma'am, you're about to make contact with me, and the moment you make contact with me, I'm going to file a charge for unwanted battery. Do you understand that?
Up next, we have
He's into the grifter.
someone that has
is that
served in the
You guys
Senate
are a
20 years.
pathetic display of democracy right
She is a
now.
long-time progressive.
You guys
fighting
have a
for women,
sign that you
the
don't agree
environment,
with, so you guys are
and
going to
teachers.
swarm him.
She will help you with your recycling
gonna swarm
and explain
him?
tax policy at the
took a
same
step to the
time.
That's the way you guys
Senator Marcy
behave?
I took a step to the
You
right.
guys have been swarming him for the last 20 minutes. Why is it that you swarm somebody that you disagree with?
Thank you so
That's
much
mob
for
behavior,
coming
sir. Do you
out
realize
this
that?
afternoon.
You guys are behaving like a mob.
Can be a better place.
You're teaching your daughter to behave like a mob.
That happened
Why
today.
is that?
You may have heard
Your mom's not teaching you well.
the past legislative session was a challenge, but the Democrats in the Kansas legislature
That's
made
pathetic,
a
man.
difference. It was Democrats who presented a meaningful alternative to the income tax reductions adopted during the special session last summer.
Hey,
Republicans then campaigned on a promise to reduce property taxes during 2025 legislative session. They were only able to reduce them by the 1.5
This is
mils
democracy in
that the
Lawrence right
state
here.
was collecting for the education building and state institutions funds. You know, if you own a $230,000 house, that might make a $40 difference to you. That's not enough. Okay.
If you touch me again, I will file a charge. Do not touch me. Do you understand? Do not touch me. Do you understand? End of discussion.
Income tax.
tell me where I'll be on the video.
The Republicans also said they were going to do a deep dive into the budget. But after spending your taxpayer dollars and some 8 meetings last November and December, they simply presented the previous year's budget with no enhancements. A shortened Senate
This is absolutely
session
pathetic, man.
prevented both the House and the Senate from a more thorough
Yeah.
review. And the motion in the Senate
I
to
can't believe
override
that this is the
all
way people act.
31 of the governor's vetoes also prevented
Fucking
more
disagree
thoughtful
with somebody, so you
consideration.
swarm them like that.
My thanks go out to the 4 representatives here who share constituents with me in my legislative district. Representative Barbara Ballard, Representative Brooklyn Mosley, Representative Suzanne Weichel, and Representative Mike Amix, who's standing in the back. So
They helped to see it that the House at least considered
These people
two
carry signs that
packages
say respect
so that some of
veterans
those budget
and
vetoes
your due
were
process is
sustained.
next at the
So
same
thank
time
them
that
for
they're
that.
not respecting a veteran,
A round of applause. They did
taking away
some
somebody
great
else's
work.
freedom of speech. You know, they're basically
I'm also
blocking his
proud to
message.
work with my Democratic
And this old
caucus
man
leader,
here,
Dinah Sykes. I'm sorry that she
at some
isn't here
point,
right
damn
now.
near
I
gotta
hope
become
she still
harassment,
may
you would
make
think.
it. And our Democratic whip, Senator Cindy Holscher. They offered the amendments to expand Medicaid and allow for medicinal marijuana in the Senate. We also were able to redefine income within the Homestead Property Tax Act and much more. These are the amendments that could have made Kansas a better place to live, work, and raise a family. We are still going to work on those. I've gotten some questions about the tax credit bill that the governor recently signed. And in fact, we learned after that bill had gone into effect how much money it really might cost the state. So the acceleration was faster than they had realized. The good news is they're honoring all the credits from this year. They're also, that bill allows $8.8 million in the next 2 years for tax credits for affordable housing.
There's Courtney
But
Shipley
what
over there.
we need
She won't
to
step in to defend
remind
anybody's rights.
our other friends in the legislature is that we cannot tax our way out of this. What we need to do is increase the minimum wage, make it possible for people to afford housing because they are being paid a reasonable salary for their work. The legislature did override the veto on Senate Bill 5 that prohibits the use of federal funds for elections, but the bill still includes my amendment that lets those funds be used for election security. Another of my amendments eliminated the requirement for electric vehicle supply equipment to be tested annually, an unnecessary expense for electric vehicle owners at this time. Democratic votes were part of the majority that defeated the one bill that failed in the Senate. We did not give Attorney General Chris Kobach the bill he supported to allow just a single member of the Wildlife and Parks Commission the ability to submit proposed rules and regulations. Democrats challenged the adoption of the Hunter Nation distinctive license plate when the funds would have allowed the use of their 501c4 organization and helped limit it to their 501c3 foundation. The most important amendment that I offered on the floor in the Senate to change the wording for the explanation on the constitutional amendment to elect Supreme Court justices failed. But that amendment documents the misleading wording the proponents used. They are just saying, oh, this would allow a majority of attorneys, when we could have been more specific and said we have 4 attorneys and 4 non-attorneys and then 1 more attorney who's the chair. But okay, they thought that was too many words for you to be able to read on your ballot. So help share that news. We will get it out. They are trying to mislead you. We need everyone again to come out. And much like we've been doing in the legislature, once again, vote no. Let's not let others blame labor unions, the press, public education, and our universities. Let's keep working not only to provide special education, but to still have sufficient funds to educate all our children and expand opportunities for early childhood education. So, one more round of applause for Melinda Levon. who has been leading the charge here in Douglas County. All of us had the support of our Kansas Democratic Chair, Gina Repass, and me. I'm so lucky to have known Christy Davis. I don't want to embarrass her, I think for the last 40 years. She was very young when I first met her. And Carol Kadu Blackwood, maybe working with her for the last 4. So they've both made significant contributions to understanding our Kansas history. We all need your help, but together, yes, we will. We will make Kansas a better place.
Thank you so much, Senator Marcy Francisco. I am so grateful for people that understand things like tax legislation and help us deal with it. Coming up next, someone that serves veterans during the day and protects our kids by being on the school board at night, a Kickapoo tribal member that takes on direct anti-racist action, like with the group that I like not in our honor, recently appointed by our current governor, Laura Kelly, to the Human Trafficking Advisory Board, and the leader of the now reinvigorated, reorganized Native American statewide caucus, Carol Kadu Blackwood.
Thank you for everybody. Thank you for having me out here.
Oh, there's one of your school board members that hates free speech.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Carol Kadu Blackwood. I use my spirit name, Parasnunkwa. That means the first wind before the storm. I'm Thunder Clan. And I would like to acknowledge my family who's out here in the audience, and please wave. And my husband out there. I'm proudly wearing a union shirt in support of his union. And my husband and my dad is a U.S. Air Force veteran as well, and my husband out there is an Army veteran. I'm a proud Kickapoo tribe and Kansas woman and a longtime Democrat. Far in the footsteps of my Democrats and grandparents who were also strong Democrats. In the past few months, we have seen the devastating impacts.
Why do you hate free speech?
In the past few months, we have seen the devastating impacts of firing federal employees, freezing and cutting off federal funding with a chainsaw approach, and dismantling and undermining the federal government's ability to uphold its treaty and trust obligations. The nation witnessed just how quickly and damaging it was during the Haskell Indian Nations Universities, my alma mater, what is now called the Valentine's Day Massacre, when the Trump administration broke yet another treaty agreement and terminated 35 employees, two of whom were my very own daughters, professors, causing major disruptions within my home and in this great community.
Why do you hate free speech?
Nothing is more important than improving student outcomes. Education is power. Trump is deliberately destroying the pathway for our children to have a better life and access to inaccurate
She doesn't
history.
want to say it out
The
loud.
Trump
but
administration,
she's gonna
to
mouth it
accurate-
that she hates him.
cut $1.6 million in federal funds meant to capture and digitize stories of the systemic abuse of generations of indigenous children in boarding schools at the hands of the U.S. government. Late last month, Trump signed an executive order falsely titled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. The document declared, over the past decade, Americans have witnessed a concerted and widespread effort to rewrite our nation's history, replacing objective facts with a distorted narrative driven by ideology rather than the truth. This revisionist movement seeks to undermine the remarkable achievements of the United States by casting its founding principles and historical milestones in a negative light. This order declared that Trump is the ultimate arbiter of U.S. history and has referred to our American soldiers killed in combat as suckers and losers. This coming from someone who has never served.
I got that on
like
film.
You,
Don't do that
I
shit
was
again.
sickened when the sacrifices of countless veterans of
I got
color
it
and their
on film.
legacies were erased.
You must
The
be an
Department of Defense's
asshole. That
I got
must
it
be
on
where
film.
you live.
Don't do that shit
My
again.
husband is an Army
You are
veteran,
a
and my
jerk.
father, an Air Force veteran,
call
both
me a
served
jerk all
with
you want, but
distinction
you just threw
or
that
to
sign
uphold
out.
the Constitution.
Yeah, you did. And I got it on film. That's absolutely horrible behavior by you people. Unbelievable that you act that way. And you smile about it. Yeah, it's unbelievable that you guys
Now,
would
if you could
behave
name
this
just
way.
one
Throw your sign out towards somebody like that.
Ira Hayes. He was
That's
a member of the Pima
absolutely
Indian Nation.
stunning that you would act that
He
way.
was one of 6 Marines.
Absolutely
who
stunning.
The American flag on the battle after the Battle of Iwo Jima.
You guys are out here claiming to be for America, and you're treating an American veteran like that.
Mount Suribachi
That's
made me so proud
absolutely
to be a Native
pathetic.
American.
Watching you mistreat
That
an
photograph
American
may be the
veteran
most
with an
famous
opinion
war
that you
photograph of
don't
all
like.
time.
You
Our heritage
hypocrite
is a
bastard.
memory worth revering, but its history has scrubbed from the Pentagon website.
No, but I can see how
Your
your
Trump and
behavior
MAGA
is.
can erase a war hero
And you're
like
not
Ira
behaving
Hayes,
like
they
an
can erase
American who
anyone.
embraces freedom. None of you are
Last week, the
behaving
Trump
like Americans that
administration opened a
embrace
civil rights
freedom.
inquiry into
Not a
high
one of
school
you
mascot
are.
dispute on the dispute surrounding the Massapequa High School's longtime Chiefs logo on Long Island, New York. In a post on Truth Social, Trump called the effort to force a change ridiculous and an affront to our great Indian population. He added that he had directed his education secretary to fight for the people of Massapequa on this very important issue.
I hate Trump as much as you guys do, but that shit right there is not American. That is not American. What they're doing to him is not American. Those are not American values that you're expressing here. You're not expressing American values. You're not expressing American values. You are not expressing American values. Leave him alone. 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 I'll shut up when they quit swarming him. I will quiet when they quit swarming him. Leave him alone. 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 Stop. That is assault.
Thank you so much, Carol.
You ran your damn wheelchair into me on purpose.
Everything you have taught me.
Huh?
Carol has taught me.
Leave him alone. 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 He's running that wheelchair into me
cares
more.
what Michael says.
He's running the wheelchair into me more.
He's about to get run over.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Michael,
leave him alone.
Michael, go
leave him alone. Leave him alone. Won't happen. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. This is the guy that thinks it's cool to run his wheelchair into people. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. See, look. Now he's running over my foot.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Now he's run over my foot on purpose. Hey, Marcy Francisco!
You better go call the police, honey. I'm so sorry. Up next.
So assault is okay with you people. Assault is okay with you, right? Assault and battery is okay with you guys? Is that okay with you? Stop running into me with your fucking wheelchair, dude.
Yeah, it actually is fine with us.
You what?
Why are you okay?
Yeah, and you keep running into me with your fucking
Air
wheelchair.
Force veteran up here. There's an Air Force veteran up here.
Leave him alone. 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 Leave him alone.
This person has worked on so many.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Community organizer.
When you guys start leaving him alone, I will quiet down.
Please welcome.
Leave him alone. 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 Leave him alone.
You piece of shit. Shut
Leave him alone. 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 You're communist, every single one of you. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him
Medicaid
alone.
expansion that will give us
Leave
mental
him
health
alone.
services
We've
that are
watched
much
what's
needed in
happened
this
here for the
state.
last hour. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
All right,
Leave him
moving on.
alone.
My name is Brooke
Leave him
Ramos.
alone.
I'm a
Leave him
veteran.
alone.
I am a
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
My fellow representatives.
Leave him alone. If you
I'm
value
also a
freedom, you
Democrat.
value freedom for everyone, not just a few of you.
Part of freedom is letting people
You
speak.
value freedom for everyone,
well, anyway,
and
sir,
not swarming
let's
somebody
get some
like a
mental
bunch of
health
idiot
services
mob.
Here, so let's go expand Medicaid.
You've watched what's
Okay,
been
so
happening
being a
out here,
Democrat knows
and
that
you
I
can
know
ignore it
enough
if you
about
like,
history
but it's still
that I'm not
happening right under
nostalgic
your
for
nose.
history.
Right under your nose. Right under your nose it's happening.
I know that we can come up with 1,000 arguments about why the things are the way that they are, but the one thing that we cannot deny is that things are the way that things are is a tragedy.
You kept running into
Being a Democrat means that we need to
you guys
look
kept
forward.
doing that
I am
for
not
so long.
nostalgic to
That's
go
what
back
got
to
me
the way
mad.
that things normally
Leave him
were.
alone.
The way that things
Leave him
normally
alone.
were. People not be able to afford
Leave him
to
alone.
live in the communities they work because
Leave him
we
alone.
haven't raised the minimum wage. It's $7.25 nationwide. There is no county in our state and
You're not gonna block me,
nation
man.
that you can rent a 2-bedroom apartment. Minimum wage used to be about the minimum wage to live off of.
Leave him alone.
The minimum wage is not paying people less because they work in fast food. I don't think that I'm going to feel better about myself.
Leave him
as a
alone.
person who is checking
Leave him
in.
alone. Leave him 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 alone.
Think about being a Democrat.
Leave him alone.
Progress.
Leave him alone.
When I think about the other side, I think
Making you all
about
famous.
progressivism.
You're gonna leave him
I
alone.
don't know why there's people interrupting
You're
us
gonna leave
right
him
now
alone.
because we're on the right side of things.
You're gonna leave him alone. You are gonna leave him the fuck alone.
You can shout us down, but that will not change the truth that we are in a dire situation.
Yeah, and you guys are swarming him. You're gonna leave him alone.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Well, you got a loud
Let him
mouth.
take care of himself.
Are you a male or a female?
Let him take care of himself. He's a big boy.
You're not gonna bother him
You
anymore.
have to take care of him.
You're not gonna bother him
Are you
anymore.
his lifeguard?
You're not gonna bother him anymore.
You're not going to be able to neutralize.
You're his security, huh? Isn't he a big grown man who can take care of himself?
I watched this crowd swarm him for 30 minutes.
Make sure that we are
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
To get closer to making sure that
He
our
has a
brothers and
right to
sisters
be
who are
here,
brown,
and
who
these
are living in
fuckers are
places
swarming
like
him like a
Southwest
bunch of
Kansas
mobsters.
are gonna feel safe and secure
Leave him
in
alone.
their community.
Leave him alone.
There are legislators who all of them voted to make the
You
government
stand up for everybody's rights, or you stand up for nobody's rights.
Every single legislator in
You
Southwest.
stand up for everybody's rights, or you stand up for nobody's rights.
If you know someone in Southwest Kansas, let them know.
Stand
what's
up for
being done in
everybody's
their name.
rights, or you stand up for nobody's rights.
Okay, sir.
Stand up for everybody's rights, or you stand up for nobody's rights. Stand up for everybody's rights, or you stand up for nobody's rights. Hey, bitch, that's because I took an oath. That's because I took an oath. I took a fucking oath. Fuck you. I took an oath. I took an oath. And I took that oath seriously. I took mine seriously. I took mine very seriously. No. No. I took my oath very seriously. Unfortunately, the people on that stage did not.
Okay.
If you took your oath seriously, you would be controlling this situation.
You're the one who's out of control.
If you took your oath seriously.
Are you doing okay?
What?
Can I give you a hug? Are you
Do
doing
you
all
need a
right?
hug?
Yeah,
You people are incredible. Leave. Don't touch me. Don't touch me again. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Then leave him alone. Then leave him alone.
Shut the fuck up.
See? Shut the fuck up then. Leave him alone. 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 Leave him alone.
You don't even live here, sir. So
Leave him
I don't understand
alone.
what you're doing.
Leave him alone.
Anyway, so
Leave him alone.
So I would say thank you.
You understand?
To each and every last
Leave
one of
him
you.
alone.
I encourage all of you to find someone in your
Support
space
everybody's
that's going
rights,
to-
or you
that's
support
not just gonna go
nobody's
talk to
rights.
the young people in your life
You
who are gonna
support
turn 18.
everybody's rights, or you support nobody's rights.
We support the Constitution.
You
and we
support
people
everybody's
who are
rights,
willing
or
to
you
allow
support
people to
nobody's rights.
It's really unsafe
You
to be
support
up
everybody's rights, or you support nobody's
here. Stand
rights.
on the chair.
I can be unpopular. I don't need to be popular.
I'm worried about
You
you
can
falling.
support everybody's rights, or you support nobody's rights.
I'm just worried about you
You
falling, sir.
support
Are you sure
everybody's
you need to be
rights,
on that
or you
chair?
support nobody's rights. It's an all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing.
You are shining.
It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing. Either you support everybody's rights, or you support nobody's rights.
I'm so
support
glad that Brooklyn
everybody's
Mosley is my
rights, or
representative
you
for
support
House District
nobody's
number
rights.
46.
It's all or nothing. Either you support everybody's rights, or
Now,
you support
next up, we
nobody's
have
rights.
someone that does not live here.
It's
However,
all or
she
not.
is
You
from
didn't support
Cottonwood
his.
Falls,
Why
Kansas.
should I
Can we get
support
a hand for
yours?
Cottonwood
You guys
Falls?
were swarming him. I watched it for a half hour.
live here? What?
I watched it for a half hour.
You can't have free speech then,
Ooh,
right?
wow.
That's Cottonwood Falls, Kansas. Someone that has worked for the USDA helping farmers and food programs. Someone that has run for office. Someone that has run different campaigns. And she is a friend to me.
Does she
And
support
she has
everybody's
friends in every
rights, or
county
just
in the
certain
state.
people?
This is Christy Davis.
Support our rights to have a peaceful,
You didn't support his right to be here peacefully, did you?
I was back there.
Do you
I wasn't-
support his right to be here or not?
One thing.
Do you support his right to be
I have
here?
survived
Do you support his
29
right to
years
be here?
of marriage,
Do you
36 years of
support his
labor,
right
and
to
a
be
double
here?
mastectomy, and
Do
I
you
am not
support
afraid.
his right to be
We
here?
are not
Do
afraid.
you support his right to be here?
I'm Christy Davis.
Do
I'm
you
a
support
real
his
Kansan.
right to
I'm a
be
fifth
here?
generation Kansan. I've worked in every
Do you
county in the
support his
state,
right to be
including
here?
York County. So I appreciate the
Do you
opportunity to be
support his
invited.
right to be
I've
here?
been invited here to
Do you
speak
support his right to be here?
to issues
Sure,
related to
but
the
not
Do
federal
you
government,
support his right to
also
be
issues
here?
related to rural
Do you
Kansas.
support his right to be here?
I have family from
Do
all
you
over the
support
state,
his right to
and
be
I've
here?
spent a lot of time. I support the Constitution.
Let him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
I want to
Leave him alone.
some of the folks who spoke to labor a moment ago. I mentioned I'm a fifth generation Kansan.
You guys leave him
I have
alone,
two
I'll shut up.
ancestors who died falling off of oil rigs.
Leave him alone. I'll shut up.
It's labor
Leave him alone. I'll
keeps
shut
us
up.
Safe. Not everyone, but our conditions have improved because of the work of, principally in the last decades, the Democratic Party. So thank you.
Knock it off, you two. Leave him alone. If you two would knock it off, we could be done. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. This one turns off cameras that aren't her. You need to leave him alone. 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 How about you two leave him alone? Leave him alone.
Teacher, right here. Yeah.
Huh? Good.
In solidarity.
How many times have I been assaulted
Public
here?
employees make this place
Exactly.
work, and in
So
fact,
leave him alone.
we take you for granted, and I
Leave
am
him
sorry.
alone. Leave him alone.
Continue
Leave him alone.
That's downright disorderly
to help
conduct right there.
amplify
Leave him
our
alone.
voices. So since January 20th,
Leave him
which is,
alone.
When I left
You
the
can
last
come at me
administration,
all
I was
you
White
want.
House
You're going to leave him
appointee
alone.
for USDA rural development.
Leave him alone.
I've spoken
This
with
is what it looks like to
hundreds of
defend
Kansans,
freedom,
urban,
asshole.
Rural, suburban, Kansans from all over the state. And I often hear something like this.
Friend has left. Go home.
Rural America got exactly what they voted for. That's what I hear.
You
And
promised
the
us
truth,
if we
but the
left him
truth is
alone,
that
you would leave us
43%
alone. He's
Kansans
gone.
did
You guys are
not
still in
vote
my
for this
face.
current administration. And to be honest,
assaulted me because you
I
pushed
didn't
past
say
me
I
and
would
shoved me
leave.
out of the way.
I said I would go quiet.
didn't know
You
you were
left him
voting
alone,
for
lady.
this.
Lady, look at
And if
this.
they don't know already, then it's a problem they will soon because it's going to hit their pocketbook. Even Sarah Huckabee Sanders didn't know. I don't think knew what she was voting for. Her state
think you're
has
cool,
seen
don't you?
major cuts.
I'm cooler than you.
related to
But you don't
fees. She's
defend
not-
democracy.
they're not
You don't
able to
defend
get
the freedom of
dollars
everybody, only the
because of
few that
cuts.
you enjoy.
Even someone
Yeah,
who
just the
has
few I
been
enjoy.
Right.
sick of
Yeah.
And when you
Like-
only
like
defend the
I'm
rights
against,
of a
like,
few,
Nazis
that's
and
called
shit.
communism.
No, it's not.
That's called would you get that out of
a
my
history
face?
lesson. You have no idea what communism
That's called communism.
It's not.
It's called communism when you only defend the rights of those that you enjoy.
Only like people that aren't like you.
When you only
Yeah,
defend the
rural
rights of
Kansas
those
is the
that you
only
enjoy.
choice for schools and public schools.
Right.
Thank God.
When you
we
only
have good
defend the
ones
rights
in
of those you
Kansas.
enjoy, that's
And
called
it's
communism.
because it's part of our Supreme Court.
It's called
so
communism.
There's another reason to vote.
It's called communism.
10% of our public school money comes from the federal
We're not arguing.
government, and that includes
They
Title
are
I money
swarming
that makes it
Justin
possible
and
for our
basically
rural
harassing
communities
him.
to survive.
So
And I'll
I
tell
started
ya,
telling them
I
to leave
love
him alone.
rural America.
And they
I
didn't want
love
to leave him
rural
alone.
Kansas.
And
I
they've been
wouldn't
doing it
live
the whole way
anywhere
through.
else.
We've been battered and
And
assaulted a number of
I
times
should
here. I'm
be
not
able
going
to
to go
give a
into
good
it.
education.
You shoved me
a
out
good
of the way
education
to
my
get
kid.
up there. You pushed
And
me. You
I have
shoved
it all
right
on
against
camera,
there.
but
You shoved me out of the way.
They're going to tell you all kinds of things.
You shoved me out of the
If you
way.
want to try to arrest me out of a
Humanities
public
has
park, I
been
guess we can talk
instrumental
about that.
in
But I don't think
advancing
you're going to.
civic education and community engagement. And that is important work because that's what's keeping us from being divided. We need to be united, rural, urban, suburban. We need to be united.
No,
and
they can't
their
because they've
work
been
is
swarming
important.
Justin the whole time.
$1.1 million of their annual budget of $1.3
Let's talk about what they did.
comes from the
Let's
federal
talk about
government.
what you
And the
guys did to
truth is,
Justin
I
for
don't think the
30 minutes before I moved up here and said a
legislature is
word.
going to support continuing to fund it if the feds aren't requiring them to match it. That's a problem. They're trying to
Racist stuff, yelling.
Racist?
Yes.
Racist? What did I say that was racist?
You did.
So but you pointed at me and said racist, you motherfucker. You point at me and say racist.
Why are you
You
the
point
biggest
at me and
snowflake?
say racist. You were the one holding
You're
a
a
sign and
fucking
getting all beat up about
You're
words,
a
man.
snowflake. You're the whiny
Hey.
baby. You're like
This
the
is-
cryingest whiny
of the rural
baby
housing
I've
service.
ever seen.
That's
You're a baby.
No, there isn't.
I mean,
She just said there's
somebody says one
What
thing.
is she saying that the Supreme Court says what?
There's a difference between free speech and hate speech.
Yes,
You
there
can get in
is.
trouble for hate speech.
Yes, there is.
It's probably just going to be best.
USDA was
And what do you
But
think
that's
is hate
exactly
speech?
what's
Probably just going to be
What do you think is hate speech, man?
Abe Lincoln.
What exactly was hate speech?
Racism,
signed
things like that.
legislation.
What?
Racism.
What was
bigotry.
hate speech, though?
To evolve. At that
What
time,
exactly
trying
happened
to-
here that
trying
was
to
hate
shout
speech?
down
that Native
What
American
happened
woman?
here that was hate
You were
speech?
screaming at her,
It's a
are
lot
you
different
American?
now,
And
as
stuff
you
like
What
know.
that.
happened here that was hate speech? So you're exacerbating the situation by lying is what you're
For
doing.
many decades.
Go talk to your liars. I've got it all on
The
video.
message
Go
that
talk to your
I
liars,
have
and when you guys get your
to
story
all
together, come
and
talk to me.
to our elected officials and those of us,
I got it all on video, guys.
advocacy
Yeah,
is
you ran it.
I've got
right
it
into
all
when
on video
you take care of farmers,
for the
I
last
guess that's the
hour.
only way you can deal with
For the last hour. I have it
It's
all
not
on
enough
video
just
for
to
the
take
last
care of
hour
farmers,
because I can't trust you
98% of the
fucking
people who
pricks.
live in rural America
That's why.
are not engaged in production
I
agriculture.
got it all on video for the last hour, dude.
2% of
The way you guys
are.
behaved toward him. I hadn't said a
Anybody
word
wanna know
until the
what
way you
percentage
guys
of the
behaved
federal
toward him.
budget rural development
So you
gets
guys
in-
once
in
again gonna
the
pick
US?
shit and then try to be the victim. That's called
1%.
gaslighting, you fucking dick.
1% of the farm
hear
bill.
yourself?
Sorry,
What the hell
farm
is your
bill.
name?
Do you
1%
even
of the
hear
farm
yourself?
bill
Who's
goes
your
to
name?
rural
Fuck
development
you.
Do you
programs.
hear
Less now.
yourself?
I spent
With
the
your
last
bullshit?
administration
Were you even
cleaning
here
up what
for the
first
hour
Trump
that I watched them
administration
swarm him?
destroyed.
Were you here for that?
And guess what?
So you missed all that. So you missed all
No,
that.
I saw it.
He hadn't said a word. He hadn't said a word. He stood there with a sign.
Holding
And
a sign up in front of
what
them.
was the
He was
problem?
holding up the sign in front of them.
It wasn't in front of them. It
Yes,
was
it
out
was.
here, so it couldn't
They
be blocking
never
them. So he
appointed
quietly held up
an
a sign.
undersecretary
What
for
exactly
rural
was you guys'
development.
motivation to gather around him and start
Rural
blocking
America
him and swarming him?
helped that administration
You don't
elected.
have a motivation,
They
do
walked
you?
away.
That's the end of your argument. Just
And what
because you
also
got
happened
butthurt,
is
right?
with USDA,
Can you let them
if you're a
speak?
farmer,
Just
you know
because
this,
you
but
got
here to let
butthurt.
rural
them speak.
folks
Just
do too.
because you got butthurt,
USDA's
right?
had field
You came up
offices
and
for
started shit with
generations
me,
where
man.
people
Now
can
you
go
want me
and
to be
talk to their
quiet?
neighbors, people can
Because
communicate
you
with
got
their language
butthurt?
and care about what they're doing.
Because you guys go
During
violate
the
with
Trump
somebody?
administration, they
lyingest
The
centralized
man was a
lot of
the
that
man is a
attributed to
submarine
Washington,
veteran.
D.C. So if
Spent
you got
8 years
problems in
underwater
rural,
so that you could act this way.
Rural Cottonwood Falls, where I live, You had to call someone in Washington.
And you call
That's
that
the problem.
good
My
behavior.
first week on
He
the job,
stood
our senior
quietly with a
housing
sign
project
expressing an
burned.
opinion
We had
that
a
you
whole
don't
building
like.
burned to the ground.
What
People
about that is
died,
bad behavior?
and
Tell
it
me
was
what
a
about that is
struggle
bad
to
behavior.
get things
Tell me what
done
about
because
that
we
is
were
bad
having to work
behavior.
with folks in
You're so
DC
smart.
because they
Is
had
fuck you all you
decimated
got when you got
leverage.
nothing else?
all
That
you
shouldn't
got.
be happening.
I'm asking you. You said he had bad behavior. He stood
we should
quietly
ask
with a
him.
sign.
A
So
sign up in
when
front.
he
That's
stands
what
there
we're for.
quietly with a sign,
disrupting.
what's a bad behavior?
I'm for programs
You
that
got
help the
nothing, do
people
you?
that need it most.
Now you're going to block the camera too.
Yes.
Because you don't want your face
I
on
don't-
camera when you're getting your bullshit, do you?
Millionaires win,
Because that's
and
what's
I
going
don't want to
on.
have a
And you
camera
just
shoved up my
I'm
head.
not
don't
sure
touch
that,
me.
and I don't think most
Go ahead,
rural
I don't
Americans
care.
are
Okay,
either.
is that
Put
good?
the camera in my face. But I don't have it even that close to you.
Yes, it's, look at that. That is that close.
Oh, like it's...
So I'm gonna
So,
put that.
so if I did it like you just did, I'd be up here like this guy.
Good and not just
That's not the
one
way I do it.
individual's
I had it
idea
down
of
here. So
something
how about
that's
you
gonna
do the
work for
same
them
thing?
and their buddies.
Okay, so if you want to record all day.
The truth
But you
is,
guys
whether
coulda
we
left
know it
him
or
alone.
not, as rural communities,
Instead,
our
you guys
communities do
decided-
rely on the federal government. I think
He
we
has
like to
every
keep
right
them
to be here.
sustaining, but
He has
it's
every
not
right
true
to be
with
here,
that.
doesn't he?
Yes, of course.
Doesn't he?
But he doesn't have a right to
And what you
disrupt.
guys don't have a right to do is harass him, right?
We are
Would you not
trying
call
to
what?
let
Would you
people-
not call the half hour I have on footage here harassment? I'm pretty
The
sure the
half
police
hour of
would.
what?
The half hour of them swarming him and hitting him with the signs and shit.
Nobody hit him.
Before I said a
Nobody hit
word. Before I said a word, I got a half hour of it.
Nobody hit him.
Want to
Nobody
bet?
did.
I've got it all on film. You may not have saw everything, but I saw a lot more than you did, apparently. So he goes up there and stands quietly with a sign, and you guys swarm
When
him?
you were on the chair, less
Now
than
you're
3 feet
now
away
you're
from
talking
them,
about
you
things.
were
Now
yelling
now
at
you're
them,
you don't want to
trying
talk
keep
quietly
them from
anymore. You don't want to talk
talking.
quietly anymore. Now you're talking about things that have happened a half hour after you guys harassed him.
So it's okay. So you're saying if you
I'm
don't
saying-
think we treated
no,
him correctly,
what I'm
you
saying-
can just treat us
what I'm
incorrect.
saying-
You were
what I'm-
saying yourself that
what
you
I'm
treated
saying-
us badly
what-
because you didn't like the way we
You're
were
going to try to
treating
spin
him.
it the way you want.
You
but
said
what I'm saying
yourself
is,
you were
had you
treating
guys
us
not
badly. You
swarmed
said
him,
it.
I would not have got
You
loud.
said you were.
Had you guys not swarmed
There you go.
him?
So you're saying
Okay.
it's okay for you to do it, but not for us.
Oh,
You're okay to
well,
do
then
it.
we're
It's
both wrong.
your
How's
doing.
that? Can you accept that you're wrong?
Yeah, then
as
I
long
will.
as I accept that I'm wrong,
If I shut up, will you shut
then
up?
how about you just go fuck off then?
See? You said if he left,
It's freedom
you
of
would
speech,
leave.
right?
He
I
goes
never
over
said
there.
I'd leave. I said if you guys left him alone, I would quiet down.
Are you quiet?
Are you? You gonna
I
leave
didn't
me?
say I would
wouldn't
leave
be
you
standing
quiet.
here talking if you
I
wouldn't
just
shut
said-
the fuck up and leave.
If I will
If you
shut
would
up,
shut the
will
fuck
you?
up and walk away, we would be done. Because you don't have anything else to say to me.
Okay, I will walk away, and then
Goodbye.
you walk away, and you be
I'm not
quiet
leaving.
and don't harass
I'm not
anyone.
leaving.
Well, you just said you would walk
No,
away.
I'm not leaving. Because you motherfuckers are not going to harass him all afternoon. That's what this is about. This is about them harassing Justin. If you guys can't handle it, get the fuck out of here.
Hospital in Burlington, Kansas is closing as of July 1st. Yeah, railroad workers have nowhere to go if they get hurt, and there's nowhere to have a baby in Coffee County. That's the cost of not expanding CanCare. Yeah, at least 67 Kansas hospitals are at immediate risk of closure. And we know that over 60% of Kansas nursing home bills are also paid by Medicaid funds as well.
Leave him alone!
Now,
Leave
we
him
know
alone!
that this
Leave him alone!
corruption
Leave
that
him
we are
alone!
experiencing
Leave him
will
alone!
find ways
Leave
to
him
help
alone!
And I'm so
Leave him
glad
alone!
people like Christy Davis has already done that kind of work. She knows how to come in after things have been destroyed and build back better.
Yeah, and I'll yell, leave him alone every time they start doing that shit. And Bob Shum, you are the most horrible candidate for allowing this shit to go on at a Democratic rally. I'm coming out against you in a big way. Because if you're going to run for commission, then you need to defend all of our rights, not just the few that you agree with. This is pathetic that you would allow your constituents to act this way.
Began ensuring housing rights for those that were affected by domestic violence. And
Hey,
she
let me tell you something. Before she lies to you, I have a half hour. I have an hour on
Show the
film.
one where you're
I have an
keeping
hour
calm
on
and trying
film.
to
I
shove
have
your
an hour
camera
on film.
up
So
her
before you
dress.
lie to them, make
You
sure you
got on
know
this
you're telling the
chair,
truth.
on
You got
the
an
chair
hour on film.
and tried to
Excuse me?
shine your camera.
No.
No, but he was up
Thank
on the
you.
chair, shining with his camera right up her dress. He was trying to get
That's
a picture.
bullshit. Now they're trying to
Look
say.
at it. Look at it.
practice of gun
It
control.
was right up against the stage. Somebody took it away after he got off.
They're working really hard to try to give you a crime, aren't they? working really fucking hard to give you a
I
crime
told
on.
you that you were shining that upper dress, and you ignored me. You said, I don't care, and you just kept doing it.
Dude, you are so full of
I
shit.
am not. Look at your fucking camera.
Okay.
Do it. You were doing it. I said stop it. Look at this. Look at how fucking close this is. Is this good? Oh, come on.
Good afternoon,
Fuck you. Is that all you got? Yeah. Remember when you're telling me, is that all I got?
The same
You
guy's back.
took that,
The same
and you were
guy's
shining
back.
it upper
And you're
dress.
acting like I was
told you
trying to get a
stop it.
pedo shot, right?
Yeah, I
So is that
told
what
you
I
to
was
stop.
doing?
I told
was
you to
trying,
stop.
So now I'm
Why
like a
is that-
bathroom pedo trying
Why
to get
is
an
it the
upskirt
only
shot.
way-
Is that what I was trying to do? Trying to get an
The
upskirt
only-
shot of somebody's pussy?
Look, you
if I
just
wanted a
fucking
shot of a
touched me.
pussy, I
You
can get a
just
shot of a
fucking
pussy right here.
Look, quit.
I can get a shot of a
fucking blow-
pussy right here.
Quit blowing in my
Then
fucking
back up
face.
if you don't like my breath.
You're fucking getting to me. You just touched
Back up.
me. You just touched me.
Back
You
up if you
fucking
don't like my breath.
It's not gonna.
Back up.
I wouldn't talk to him.
If I wanted a
would
picture
just-
of a
I would
pussy,
walk
I can
away.
take one right here.
I would just walk away.
Oh, that's so funny. God, you're funny. You're the funniest person.
Just
I've
quit
ever
engaging
seen.
with him. Just
This
walk away.
guy, yeah, you guys gonna tell him to quit engaging, just walk away. Where were you a fucking hour ago?
Taking calls for service.
Apparently he does.
He does, so it's just the thing where you gotta walk away.
I guess.
So what do I do?
Feed off the attention, Michael.
Feed off the
So,
attention?
You gotta go.
Signing intent and motivation.
Assigning
telling
intent and
you-
motivation, huh?
I'm not telling you you gotta go.
Is that what you're doing?
That's fine.
Because see now,
I don't enjoy it.
see what I've done is now he's on me. So
Yeah.
I would take this time.
No, because I'm on him because he's assigning intent and motivation. You know what was happening here? I was quiet for almost a fucking 45-minute period while they didn't do anything.
Get out of here.
Nobody did anything. What's your call number? I need your call number before you leave.
Call number. Call number.
Yes, you have an L number for this, and I want that number.
Oh yeah.
Nesmith, what's your number?
2020.
2020? Westfall, what's your number?
2401.
2401. You gonna write a report on this?
Nope.
No?
No, we're not going to write a report on this.
like you,
No crime has occurred.
am a real
You ready for it?
citizen.
Yeah.
L250-21865.
Okay. Now I want to file a battery charge on the man in the wheelchair.
For what?
You were
For running into
right
me
up
several
right.
times. Several times.
Okay.
Right.
We'll cover this.
Several
like,
times.
Just
We'll
like,
cover
you
this
know.
second. So I heard you saying earlier that he pushed you. Was that
Yes,
you?
he
Okay.
shoved him.
I'm going to
asked me
have
get
video
there.
of everything.
Right.
Fantastic.
I'm going to have video of everything.
I'll send you a link.
No, there's no. What are we talking about a link? It's live. I've been live the whole time. You can go watch it.
I believe it.
Okay. Well, it's still gonna need to
So
be
go sit down and watch the live footage that I've been putting out to 500 people or more.
Police report, motherfucker.
So if you want to charge a battery, go after it. But I do want to charge a battery on the guy with the wheelchair because he intentionally came up with his wheelchair, ran into my leg. I backed up. He ran forward. He pushed that wheelchair forward again into my leg again. I backed up again, and then he ran the wheel over my toe. 3 different times.
Can you show me the footage of that?
Pull out your phone. I'll direct you to it.
Okay. I'm gonna need it.
I'm not stopping my live feed.
that's fair.
Justin, you willing to stop and pull up my live feed to show him the battery? You motherfuckers want to call the police, you'll get charges on you.
We can get him later.
Pull up the live feed and show him the fucking battery.
Get him later.
So what happened?
That's what's going to happen.
So what happened?
That's what's going to happen. You guys want to push this? That guy in the wheelchair is going to get a fucking battery charge.
Pushed right by me.
End of the day, we're all adults here, right?
Yeah.
Can we just act like
Then
adults?
if we could have acted
would
like
love-
adults for the half hour that I watched them swarm him and crowd him and treat, dude, seriously, if they'd have done that to you guys, you'd have had everybody on the ground at gunpoint.
listening to me, man, but here's I have no intention of taking anyone down at gunpoint.
But if they would have done to him, to you, you guys would have had everybody down on the ground at gunpoint for fear of your life because they were crowding him. They were getting within inches of him. I stood back and I watched it for 45 fucking minutes before I said a word. And when I did say a word, all I did was come up here in the middle and start yelling, "Leave him alone." And I told him several times that if they would leave him alone, I would quiet down. But instead, we both get battered and you don't want to do a fucking thing about it, then let's go do something about it.
If you're here doing your
Justin,
thing, and if that
let's go do something about these batteries because I got several of them on film. That L number going to be the appropriate number for the battery charges?
It'll be the document number.
It'll be the document number. I would suggest you go ahead and write up a report on what's going on here because there is going to be follow-up and the live footage has been going out for the last hour. So if you guys don't defend our fucking rights, you both can go to fucking hell too. You guys took an oath, and I know you did. I took an oath 33 fucking years ago, and I took it a lot more seriously than you guys do. You need to defend all of us.
I don't know why you're not taking it seriously. It's a serious.
And you're looking at me like this isn't a big deal for you, is it?
I'm just waiting for this to be over so I can ask you more questions about it.
What more questions do you have?
So as far as I understand, he was getting swarmed. How did it go from him getting swarmed to the wheelchair running you over?
How, dude, you're talking about 20 minutes of activity. Okay. You're probably better off watching the live stream. Okay. You can see everything that occurred.
I need a first-hand account too.
Well, the first-hand account is going to be the live stream.
Okay. It's also him. Would you like me to send you a Axon link?
You can't watch the live stream. It's
I
on the
prefer
out
to
there.
send you a link.
I'm not going to download it and put it in a link, but you can't take this report. There's video evidence.
I never said that.
There's video evidence. So I take it that if I don't download it and send it to you, you're not going to do anything, right?
I'm asking questions.
Yeah, it's at Lord's Accountability. It's live right now, public. Public.
What exactly is happening here? And you guys
Okay.
are fucking making a report on it.
So are we going to file these battery charges?
We're going to take a report on it.
Yeah, let's go do that.
I literally told him he was shining it up for skirt, and he just got
So
all
which are you
much
worried
pumped
about, my
up.
pussy shot or bumping into you? Which one are you filing charges on?
I'm not following any charges
See, because
unless
he knows
you
he's lying.
follow. If
Because
you
he knows he's lying.
bullshit.
I'm filing on the guy with the wheelchair because the way you guys acted. I'm going to teach you guys a fucking lesson to leave us alone.
What?
He
knows he
The
did.
people on the stage, I was trying to stop
even
him. I was
maggot
just standing there trying to get
wasn't
his
liberal.
way so he wouldn't get up all in their face. And so then he shoved his way past me. He's complaining and whining like everyone's assaulting him, and then he just does the same thing to everyone. Okay, battery, whatever.
But I think the key word there was you heard him say he was trying to block me. So I think you,
I was trying to prevent you.
yeah.
Yes.
So let's
From trying
just
to.
keep that in mind.
Yeah. You're disgusting. You. Are you still gay?
Yeah. And go ahead and charge me with some sexual shit. Go ahead.
So cute.
You see that? You see that? This is the way they've been treating him here the whole time before you guys got here. That's how they've been treating him. And that's why I got irritated. Does that make any sense to you?
I mean,
You do look good.
on a purely like human level, it makes sense that a lot of people don't like him, and so when he rolls up, it makes sense.
And
that
so
they,
why
act
can't
around
I
it
stand
to
up
be
and say,
insulting.
treat the man with a little respect? He stood up here with a sign and didn't say
That's
a
your
fucking
right.
word to anybody.
That's your right.
He stood with a sign and didn't say a word. And they did all this.
That's your right, but I mean, it's going to be a thing.
So
where-
let's go
He
file the
was
battery
saying
charge
a
and you
word.
come along. Let's file whatever charges
Did you
want
hear
to.
what he told the one?
Yeah, let's go ahead and
School
file all the
board
charges
member?
you want. Hey,
Did you hear that?
hey, you guys all come along too. Let's get all these
You said
charges
you're not
filed.
a marijuana. Disturbing peace.
You can't disturb the peace in a
He
public
said
park.
we
Shut
have
up.
nothing here.
I couldn't listen to a planned rally that I came
Yeah.
to listen to
Let's
because you were yelling.
let's go. Let's go file these charges.
They'll take that charge. Yeah, it shouldn't even exist.
Yeah.
They'll fucking take it.
You're crazy.
You are, man.
Press coverage of what transpires in
Do you think it would be a good idea
is
for me to be able to
extremely
talk to him
important for
without you?
transparency.
I don't have to be right there, but I'm
So
gonna be
to
right
the
here.
Trump administration and MAGA extremists in the legislature who are working to suppress
Thank
the
them.
media, we
You guys
say,
call him here, and now that guy's gonna get charged.
again, a lot of concerning things happening, but there is reason to have hope. Everywhere across the state and this nation,
You know, the funny
people
thing is
are
on the live
turning
stream
out.
LPD when you're watching,
Scores
I
of
got him on
people showed
video
up at the state
admitting that
capitol
he was
last
doing
week
it
for
on
a rally
purpose.
similar to this
And my
one.
viewers can tell you that. That he actually admitted to running into me on purpose. So you guys want to fucking play games, and you want to come up and start fucking with people, you're going to get charges filed on you.
Hour
You know,
to
because the way you
protest.
guys are behaving, that man right there is getting charges filed on him. That's what you guys
and it
have
feels
done.
like it's going to continue.
That's
And
what
here's
you've done.
the thing. We can fix this, and
That's
we
what
can
you've done.
save our democracy. But I'll be honest, we don't have a lot of time. Critical elections are happening in 2026.
what you've done.
And the governor's race will be on the ballot, along with several important federal level races. If we're going to save our schools, protect voting rights, and other freedoms that are important to us, we have to get busy now.
Pick on somebody in a wheelchair. So you guys got to pick on one guy with a sign.
Point where we do something
Yeah,
effective.
pussy, right?
I
Okay,
want you to
gotcha.
get out your phone,
Yep.
and I
Pussy.
want you to put in this number.
Okay. So he claims that he did it trying to block you. He claims it wasn't in a rude, angry, or insulting manner.
I got him admitted to it on the fucking on the live. So you're going to claim that it's not in a rude, angry, or insulting manner, and you're just not going to charge it, right?
No, I'm going to look at your live stream because that's how you insist on me looking at it.
He asked me, would you say that's in a rude,
How much are
insulting,
you
or
admitting? How much is he admitting to, and you're just going to ignore?
He said he hit you with the
He says he
wheelchair.
accidentally ran you over.
No, he
He's
didn't say
claiming.
accidentally. He didn't
He's
say
claiming.
accidentally.
And so he did it. He did it while he was trying to what?
Block you.
Block you. And you wouldn't call that rude or insulting?
I mean, it depends.
You wouldn't call that rude or insulting? Come on, man.
I mean, if he doesn't want you
Come
to-
on, man.
Because the opposite would be
Are
just
you
walking
really
down
going
the
to
street, he
gaslight me
accidentally
that bad?
I mean, I can block you in a like normal emotion.
In a normal,
Just like
really?
if someone's trying to get in and you don't want to.
God, dude, if you don't want to file the charge, why don't you just say that out
Oh,
loud?
I'm going to document. I'm going to watch
Why don't
your
you
live.
just say out loud to everybody that you're going to refuse to file the charge?
I don't know if I'm going to refuse it. I got to watch your live stream and
He's
see.
doing everything he can to bend over and say that it's not rude. But yes, of
Dude,
course
if you
it
bend
was.
over anymore, you're going to let that guy run his cock up your ass.
That DA.
I'm serious.
Look out for that DA.
Well, like I said, I'm going to document it. If there's probable cause, I'll
This
write
one
it up.
here's backing into me.
What would
now.
have to rise to be probable cause?
How much of this has to happen?
I'd have to be able
Nesmith,
to see it.
turn
He's
this way.
intentionally doing it.
Notice how he
Really
turned
angry,
away as
insulting.
soon as I said she was making contact? Isn't that
Yeah, those
convenient?
are
You motherfucker. I swear to God. You know, you guys are trained to do that shit, aren't you? You're trained to do that shit. You're trained to turn away when something's happening, aren't you? Because I said something was happening, you instantly turned away. Isn't that something, how that's not going to be caught on your body cam? Isn't that something? I got you. Let's go file these charges.
Okay, like I said,
Let's go do that. Let's go do that. We're going over to your cars to file these charges. Come on, let's go file these charges.
We'll file them. We'll file them. Let's just wait, especially for live stream. Especially for live stream. I'm just struggling to see how you're doing that mental gymnastics to say that the guy that is saying that he's blocking him from doing what he needs to do in a park isn't rude. I mean, what other way are you going to do that?
So what they're all claiming is that you guys are, hey, dude.
Yeah, really, no shit.
So what they're claiming is
Talk about
you guys are
emotional.
getting in people's faces, okay? So
Getting in people's faces.
yeah, that's what they've been reporting. That's what everybody's
Let's go
telling
watch.
me. I was like,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm sure everybody's going to say the same thing.
I'm gonna watch the
Let's
live
go
stream.
watch the live
came
stream.
up to me.
Let's
They
go watch
all
the live
came up
stream.
to me.
So when we talk about
Every
getting in
single
people's
one of them
faces,
came.
are you fucking serious?
And he's gonna believe it. Nobody's talking to
Yeah.
you, sir. Nobody's talking to you, sir.
Your rights.
Nobody.
You're fighting for whose rights?
Your rights.
My rights?
Yes, sir.
How is that?
You have the same rights as me. I am fighting for my rights. I'm fighting for
And how
your
are you
rights.
fighting for my rights right now by thanking an officer for being here at the call of people that don't like somebody's opinion? How are you thanking an officer? Because what they're doing, they didn't like the sign that he quietly held up there. And so you think men with guns are supposed to come take him away? Is that how that's supposed to work here?
No, they didn't come to take you away. They came to ask you to be respectful.
And why was it getting
And to be
loud over here?
respectful.
Do you remember why it was getting loud? Were you here that long?
You guys were screaming and yelling.
No. Do you
were
remember what
yelling-
happened before that?
You were
Do you
yelling
remember what
over
happened
the
before
people.
that? Do you remember what happened before that? You don't remember what happened before that? See, they have amnesia. It's collective amnesia. They just don't remember what happened before. They don't remember anything that happened before, guys.
Would you like to support Ukraine?
John Adams.
Or do you like to have people blown up?
John Adams?
All right, so you are alleging the battery, is that correct?
You damn right.
Okay.
I got a lot of stuff that he's going to be able to allege on my film as well.
Okay.
A lot of harassment, a lot of interference with public business in a public area.
Okay.
A lot of stuff. And we're going to see all those charges filed.
Ideally.
Because if they're going to call you out here and try to lie about us and get us in trouble,
Okay.
we're going to file. We're going to file every
face. They
fucking
think we
charge
started
that we
from
can
the
find.
I'm 10-4.
This one right here, that one. There's a whole bunch of them that were involved in it. We're going to file on every damn one of them.
They'll all go around
Okay.
me.
You're
So
going to need.
with the-
You're going to need.
Watch this,
look, look,
Hey, let him watch me, man.
You're
I
gonna,
want to take your report.
Okay, I understand, but before everybody leaves, you're going to need to get some names, and I don't need them. But Justin, step aside for a minute. You're going to need that one and this one, right? These two right here.
The two right
The
here?
two right here. You're going to need those two right there.
Okay.
You're going to need the old guy in the hat with the
Okay.
red.
Well, I'm just trying to identify people in the
Those
in the
are
battery.
all the people that were involved in what was going on. You're
Okay.
going to need all of their names. Now, please, would you do that? Get all the names.
After I get your information and get your side of the story.
People are going to
If
be
you're not going to
leaving.
tell me what happened, then there's nothing to report.
I have live stream of it, so you're going to wait for me to describe the last hour and a half to you before you get
I want you to
people's names
describe
up
the
on
battery
road.
to me so I
The
can take your
battery-
report that
The
you're
guy
requesting.
ran into me with his wheelchair. I
Okay.
backed up. He ran into me again with his wheelchair and said he was doing it on purpose and then ran over my toe with the wheel.
Okay, so he ran into
No
you.
matter how well
You backed away.
a constitution is constructed,
Are you going to get their names?
not
After you backed away, he bumped into you again.
Again.
prosperity
He never backed
unless
away.
it is
He
supported.
never
Okay,
backed
hey,
away.
sir,
Will you
I'm
go
going to
the
ask
fuck
you to.
away?
I'm talking with him. I understand.
wanna
But at this point, just leave
This
it.
guy.
Leave it be.
See, he's trying so hard.
I understand.
He's trying so hard to find a charge that you can put on me, aren't you?
But if you look at that, you
When
say,
you were
"Here's what
instigating, he was
Okay.
instigating the whole way through.
So he bumps into you.
So
You
I'm
back
gonna
up. He
start
bumps
by
into you
saying,
again. At what point did he
we
run over
must
your foot?
all
After the second
the
time that
second
he
bump?
ran into me, I back up and he runs over my toe with the fucking wheel of the wheelchair.
Not be discouraged
And those little fucking wheelchairs aren't that
and
light.
not think
I don't doubt that at all.
cannot help
I don't
the
doubt that at all.
situation. And my
Which
question
foot?
will
Left
be
foot, right
very
foot?
simple.
It was my shin and my toe.
If not me, who?
Left.
If
Your
not
left
us,
shin. Okay.
who's going to do it?
On your shin, are you able to pull up your sweatpants to see if you have any injuries for it?
I have it all on film, man. Whether there's any injuries or not, it's a battery that occurred.
What am I for?
Okay.
Fuck, man.
What
No,
am I for?
I have a compression stocking. I'm not going to take off out in
That's
front of all
fine.
these people.
That's fine. That's
For
fine.
everyone.
No, man, it's getting frustrating because you guys seem like you're not taking this seriously at all.
I am for freedom.
And you had said he was doing it on purpose.
Yes, he said he was trying to block me, trying to move me, I think is what he said. I'd have to watch the footage to be sure.
Looking at history, not denying history, not cutting off
Look what they're doing to Justin up. That's what they did for a half an hour, 45 minutes before I said anything. They get up right next to him, they crowd him with their signs, and they do all that's what they've been doing the whole fucking time.
As annoying as it is, they're
I
allowed.
understand, and just like it's my fundamental right. Leave him alone! 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 Leave him alone!
I hear the person say,
Leave him alone!
alone, may I simply
Leave
say,
him
I'm
alone!
not against anybody.
Leave him alone! Leave him alone!
I would come along
Leave him alone! 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 Leave him alone!
extremely
You're a stupid fucking
when
bitch.
we're talking
Leave him alone! Leave him alone! Who? Him! Leave him alone! Who? Who do you think?
I don't know. Do you think about anything?
Him! I'm telling y'all, leave him the fuck alone!
let's go.
Leave him alone! Leave him alone, you
So
fuckers!
I would look at it, but no, I believe in being respectful and courteous.
What's wrong?
I was just waiting for you to finish so I could consent.
How about you tell your supporters to back off and let a man stand silently with a sign?
All right. Somewhere else. Would you just let me finish speaking, please?
Tell them,
waiting for
tell
you.
your supporters to leave a man standing silent with a sign.
Quit yelling in my
All right.
ear.
So I'm
Quit
gonna
yelling
go
in my
on.
ear.
No, you're not going to ask your
With-
supporters to leave the man alone?
Right.
You can't do that?
I already said there's no discrimination.
There's your democracy right there. You believe in other people's rights, but
Thank
not
you.
your own.
All right. So that means
Is there a law broken there?
No, I
Is there
just
what?
want
Was
him
there
to
a
have
law
my
broken
name.
there?
Right there?
Yeah.
No, I told them that you're doing a
Yeah.
constitutionally protected
So
activity.
what exactly did I do wrong?
I want him to have my name.
Oh,
Sir,
okay.
do you
Okay.
mind?
No.
Okay.
I don't mind at all.
The whole time. They've been game stalking these
what's
guys.
your-
Listen.
Straight up, you can watch you want to watch my video of it? You can watch my video.
Reinforcements has arrived, motherfuckers! You motherfuckers want to lie? And you guys need to report, man. They've been lying the whole time.
The whole time. We've been watching the whole time.
Pathetic, Bob.
This guy for 30 minutes.
Maybe you ought to stand up and maybe you'd prevent some of this stuff. I don't think you can handle city commission with me around here.
Pathetic.
We care about what happens to this country. We care care about democracy. We can make it work.
See, what's funny now is our viewers are showing up saying they've been watching it live for the last hour and a half, and they're actually telling the police what actually happened.
Can't be afraid.
The jig is up,
because
bitches.
when you're afraid, you don't act. And that way people get their way. But again, I'm going to say this is our country and we have to protect it. And part of it, I'm going to end. I'm not going to drag this out. But if you remember the diary of Ayn Frank, yes. Part of it we talked about. They came for them, and they did nothing.
What we were saying, even though
they went for somebody else.
So you guys know we're recording it.
Hey,
To come and
we
stand
gave
silently and they get
cameras, we were
surrounded by it,
watching
they're
the
going to
live
say,
feed, we saw
I'm
everything.
getting in their
We've got
face.
the live
You gotta
feed,
be
they
shitting
wouldn't
me.
see it.
Appreciate you guys coming.
Yeah, definitely.
The entire fucking time.
Because they're trying real hard not to do anything
Man, I
about
just
anything.
watched him run into you with the wheelchair. I saw him get hit with the sign. I saw somebody step on your foot.
Yep.
It's a public park. They can't prevent me from fucking walking around. That's what they've been doing. This guy won't. Well, I'd like you to take it seriously. This guy won't believe me. The other guy said, "Oh, well, where were you walking?" As if that fucking mattered.
Hey, Harvey. You remember that morning? You remember that morning down in Amtrak where I accidentally bumped into Hogue and I was mad and you guys charged me with battery? This motherfucker actually battered me and admitted it. Can we get a charge?
I just got here.
Watch this.
You need anything else from us?
Yeah, I need charges on these motherfuckers for battery. And they've been and false reports as well. You got all kinds of people trying to lie, and we've got witnesses. These folks have been watching from Topeka. They drove over here because of what was going on. So, do you want to take some witness information?
If they want to talk to me,
We've
I'll
got
talk
the
to
feed recorded. We recorded
You want
the
to
feed.
talk?
Okay, can I send you an Amazon link for you to upload it?
How about we get some fucking charges
We
going,
want to
man?
send you a link so you can upload it to your
No. I don't want this submitting to the DA. How about we
If
write
they want to submit it, that's not your choice. If they want to
no.
submit it, they can.
Listen, it's
You
not
can't-
about
you
whether
can't
they.
tell them.
So the
God,
DA
hold
can
a fucking moment,
decide-
man.
so
What
the
I'm
DA can
saying
decide if
is
it's
not
charges
about
or
you
not.
guys submitting it to the DA. What I'm saying is do a fucking charge sheet, just like you did on me. You ain't
No, I don't want to arrest
What's the matter,
anybody.
man?
I'm not trying to arrest anybody right
What's the
now.
matter?
He has evidence of the crime.
Photographing nature.
Huh?
I'm a nature lover.
You're a nature lover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm photographing nature.
Oh, okay.
No big deal.
A lot of apes over there.
Huh? There's a lot of nature here.
We're trying
So
to
why don't
get
you want
information for
the, why don't you want
No,
the video
you're more than
uploaded?
welcome to give them the video, but and that's entirely up to you. But my thing is they're going to submit it to the DA, and the DA ain't going to do shit. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is there should be cuffs right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. Okay. I mean, I've been arrested for assault a lot when I was
If I would have
younger,
battered any
and-
of these motherfuckers, you think
I mean,
you
I don't
wouldn't
know,
have
does it
taken
have to
me
be
to
like
jail?
a fight?
Come
or,
on.
I mean, what is...
Come
I wasn't
on.
here for it, so
Come on.
I can't say
If
I
it
would
was
or not.
me battering one of these
I
people
was
here
just
today,
arrested him
I
for
would have went to jail.
What makes you different than them?
That's what I'm saying. If I would have went to jail. You guys would have came in here, cuffed me up, and taken me to jail. That motherfucker needs to be in a car going to jail.
If that's what you believe, that's what you believe.
No, it's honestly what's happened.
I got what I need from you.
I still need the L number.
It's
Do
gonna,
you know
it's gonna
what
be the same
time
L number that
the
Officer
assault
Naismith gave
happened?
you.
I never got that.
Do you want me to
It's on.
Which
You've
one,
been
the first
recording
one?
when he was giving it to you, right?
I don't know that he got all the way through it.
He did. I was there. I would gladly give you another one.
30 minutes ago. somewhere around
You want me to write it down?
Was it on the feed, the L number?
Yeah, do you know the time that it happened? The
Oh,
wheelchair?
It's going to take a second.
I got all
Like
the times.
30 minutes
I got all
ago,
the
maybe?
times timed from this.
502.
So it was probably about...
I got you.
Huh? I'm not mad.
Don't engage with him.
I'm not mad.
Have a good day, sir.
upset.
No,
I mean, I genuinely
man,
want to know.
my issue is the fact that a man shows up with a sign and stands there silently, and they swarm him and start bumping into him and pushing him around and stuff. That's where I had my issue.
Nobody came and beat him up.
Sir,
The
here's
Gestapo
your-
didn't put him in
But
prison.
did
He
you
stood here
did you
freely.
did you not see people
that
swarming
is
him and bumping into him and
people
all that
in-
kind of stuff? Did you not see that happening?
Okay, I guess this is my question.
Did you not see that happening?
If you have a
Are you going to
disagreement-
justify that?
If you have a disagreement
Are you
with
really
somebody
going to
in our
justify
community,
that?
if you have a
Ma'am,
difference with somebody in our
Either
community,
you saw them swarming him and bumping
Of
him
course I saw
around.
them. Of
Okay,
course I
then
supported
end of
it.
this. Oh, you supported it? Then I have nothing else to
Michael,
say
I'm
to
gonna
you.
head out, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Have a blessed day.
Have a
Okay.
good day,
Yep.
sir.
I have nothing else to say to you if you supported
I hope
it.
you enjoy your life.
Hit the
Check
road.
your temperature.
What was wrong with that behavior?
She supports Justin
Always.
getting
What
swarmed.
is wrong with that behavior?
What is wrong? What is wrong with swarming somebody and bumping into them and pushing them
Walking
around?
in front of them,
You
saying
think
we don't
pushing
agree
somebody
with you.
around is okay?
Nobody was pushing him around.
He didn't get pushed around.
Yeah.
You don't think it was
but,
good?
okay,
You
but
don't think
let's
that was
say-
happening?
But let's say
She's delusional. She's delusional.
What I'm saying
Lady,
is,
it's
if you
all
have a
on live
disagreement with
feed.
somebody,
The way you guys
in the
behaved was
community,
all on live feed.
Yeah, right. So if you have a disagreement with somebody in the community, that's
And what exactly
just a
was the issue?
disagreement.
What exactly was the issue?
What-
Disagreement.
How would you handle that? How would you handle
You guys
that?
swore me.
He
and
stood
then what? I
silently
didn't
with
do
a
anything
sign.
beyond that.
How could he have
So
done
what's
any
the
better?
issue? What are you guys so upset about?
What did he do wrong? He stood silently with a sign.
No, he did nothing wrong.
Okay.
He's allowed to be here.
So why was everybody swarming him and pushing him around and bumping into
Okay,
him
so
and
when
all
you
that?
have a disagreement with somebody in the community about your beliefs, and you would like to share those, it is allowed to occur.
And
as long
and so you're allowed to bump into people as long as you're sharing your beliefs? Is that what it is?
you are allowed to express your beliefs in any manner
By
you
making
would
physical
like.
contact with other people?
Of course not.
Okay.
And that's not what was happening.
Then,
they were simply
ma'am, that is what
blocking
was
a
happening.
field
It
of
was all on.
vision.
I have nothing else to say to you because you're delusional. You're not speaking in reality. You're acting like things didn't happen. Good day. No, you can't help people like that. If they're going to act that way and they're going to act like nothing happened, you can't help them. You can't help them. I was pretty sure you were connected, weren't you?
Good work, man.
Yep, appreciate it.
See you, man. See ya. Oh, George and Marianne said to tell you hi, John.
Okay.
Hey, you know, it's really too bad none of you guys up there could slow all that shit down. It took one guy standing out there yelling, "Leave him alone," to get him to stop or get him to at least back off. Any one of you up there could have said something and stopped it all immediately, but you chose not to. Hell of a good job with the leadership, guys. Hell of a good job.
God loves you, man.
Great leadership we got here. Any of them could have shut it down at any moment in time. You could fuck off.
When did Russia become?
I'm really tired of you old fuckers that should understand what our rights are, acting like they don't exist.
Oh, we know what exists.
Then stop approving of shit like this. Stop approving of people getting assaulted and then everybody looks the other way.
There's two of you.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah, how did that look?
Nobody cares about
With
you
a,
guys.
right. So that means it's okay to assault people and batter them if nobody cares about them, right? Is that what you're saying?
Police were here.
Well, that's what you're saying. You're saying that it's okay if nobody cares about them, huh? See, that's what we deal with. If nobody cares about you, it's okay if you get battered.
When somebody is
Maybe what here.
we came to
Let's
see this
let's talk
speak.
about that. Hold on.
You
Let's
not-
talk.
you
Let's
could've asked
let's
for time at
talk.
the
Let's
microphone.
talk
Why didn't you
intelligence.
ask for time at the
No,
microphone?
hold on.
We came to hear the speakers
You said
speak,
when somebody
not you,
you
and
said
not
when somebody's
Justin.
speaking, you should let them speak. Let's talk intelligence.
No, when the speakers are speaking.
You said
we
when
came to see
exactly,
the speakers.
exactly. And when
You weren't on the bill.
shut the fuck up,
You weren't
guy.
on the bill, and neither
When
was
Justin
he.
went up there and stood there with his sign
He's
and
not a
said
speaker.
nothing. He said
No,
nothing.
he did
said
say
nothing.
You were lying.
He said nothing.
He kept saying.
Ma'am, I have it all live.
Do you believe in free speech? When
That
Kadu
was
Blackwood was
that
speaking.
was well. You're skipping all kinds of
You
stuff.
were-
I
you were
love how you guys
talking-
have situational memory and you can only remember what happened after the key point that you liked. What happened up here? He stood there with a sign.
I watched
He
it.
stood there silently with a
He
sign.
did not silently.
And
you,
in a very
you say
stop bumping into
You
me.
say it.
Don't bump
Excuse
into me
me.
again. You threw your arm up at
I
me.
did
Don't
not.
do that again.
That's right, you're wrong.
Don't do that again.
Who the hell are you?
You threw your fucking arm up at me and don't
I
do that
didn't.
again.
I was talking to Justin. He was yelling at Kadu Blackwood.
No, but what
yes,
happened,
he was.
ma'am? You're forgetting what happened the whole half hour before that.
It's
when
just like
stood there
another MAGA. You
silently.
can't listen.
I'm not a MAGA, you dumb bitch. That's the
You
problem.
might as well
I'm
be.
a fucking left-leaning person.
I don't want you on my
I'm a
side.
left-leaning person.
I don't
but you
want
guys
you on
want to
my
call
side.
me MAGA? You're pushing me. You're pushing
You might
me
as
to
well
be
be.
MAGA.
You might as well be.
You're pushing me to be there if you're going to act that way.
You're kind of a whiny
We're
baby.
making you say bitch.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Whiny baby. I'm not enjoying myself at all because of you.
Did you finish your report to the police? Your false report to the police? Did you finish it?
They wouldn't let me talk.
Are you looking up good ladies?
You're the one
The
who
police
said
didn't take your report? Is that what
you backed away from the guy in the wheelchair. You never backed away. You just stood
It's all
there.
on the live
You just
feed,
stood
guys.
there. I know it is.
It's all on the live feed. You can watch it at
Including
home.
ladies' panties or what?
You can watch it at home.
Did you get?
The only time you went up close was when she was standing
see,
there in her skirt.
What is it about you
and
guys?
you had to
Do
get
you
up
guys
on the
get some
chair
kind of sexual thrill
to
out of
get the
accusing somebody else of that?
Oh my God.
Do you guys get a sexual thrill out of saying that stuff to me?
Why was it the only time you were up there was when she was up there in a
We were
dress?
watching the live feed all the way from
Did
the
you see?
now. I never saw up anybody.
These guys,
Did you
these
hear
guys are
me
acting
saying
like I
that?
was
Absolutely, I
trying
heard everything.
to get an upskirt pick. You people are incredible.
Why were you? Why were you?
And see, that's your own. You must have been abused as a kid.
There was no. I saw no panty shot.
I think you guys were both abused or
I saw
something as
no
children.
panty shot at all. And I thought about that when I saw the live
Bother
feed.
me. That's
When you go on YouTube, when you go on YouTube, subscribe his channel towards accountability. You can see
Let's get these arrested.
I'm just telling you the truth. That's why we came out here.
Don't fucking touch me, weirdo.
Goodbye. You guys don't matter.
I'm saying, just keep that in mind when these people say that. Makes it a little bit more tolerable. You're the only one here now. Good.
You wonder why they're outnumbered, both of you.
I don't mind being outnumbered by un-American people.
Oh, really? What are you doing?
You guys hate America. It's sad.
I got groups of supporters coming from other towns.
Why'd you say if it wasn't worth your time?
We didn't come to see you idiots.
Where do you live?
An American?
Was not one speaker from here?
It says constitutional patriot on my hat.
What? When the
I consider
president
myself
goes
pretty
and talks
patriotic.
around
I
the
would not
country,
say
people
un-American.
say you're not from here. So I don't have rights here? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe we're just proud of different parts of
you
this
just
country.
accused us of not being from here. You just. I didn't say that. What the fuck are you talking about? Absolutely did. I said.
I guess my only question for you is, were you okay with what was going on up there?
I said, then why did you say I say you're not?
Or are you gonna act like none of it happened
I
either?
didn't get the closest view, but
Okay,
I really don't
I got
know
nothing
what
to
you're
say.
complaining about.
Okay.
It seemed pretty normal to me.
So
You're
did you
gonna
just come up wanting to
counter-protest.
get on camera or something? Did you just want to be on the live
No,
feed? You must have
actually-
saw it from home and came up to get on the live feed?
I had a question for you. There was a moment there. You were saying you were accusing them of not respecting everyone's rights equally. You said
Right.
What was the phrase exactly? It was something along.
Respect everybody's rights
Yeah,
or respect nobody's rights?
right. And I wanted to ask you what you meant by that, because that's actually an accusation that gets pointed by people I support towards people like you. It's coming back and
People,
forth.
what do you mean by people like me?
He was
The
exercising
people-
his rights. It's completely legitimate.
How do you think I vote? Do you think I voted Trump? You've made that assumption, haven't you? You've made that assumption.
No. Let me clarify what I meant. I guess.
See, that's the problem. You guys come
I
into
was
it thinking
referring
people
to,
like me.
to people, anyone that's sort of against my position.
How do you?
suppose.
I don't know
That's
what
the
your
opposition.
position is. How do I know? How do you know I'm against your position?
You don't even know it. Because you're a counter protester.
No. No.
Based on what?
No, I'm a defender of the First Amendment only.
He's a fucking reporter
Only.
documenting this and saw you guys lose.
I'm a defender of the First
You're
Amendment only.
protesting. Okay, you're protesting an event that I support.
No. I wasn't here protesting the event. You missed that completely.
He wasn't.
What are you protesting?
Yeah, on the.
I was not here.
I was watching the live feed in
I was
Topeka,
not here
Kansas.
protesting the event.
Right.
I stood up for his First Amendment right only. That's it.
Nobody's here.
I have no problem with the event. And you know what, buddy? I'm going to tell you right now that it offends me that when people with this button right here walk up to me and make assumptions about me, because I have a sticker on my truck, and I'm pretty sure you know what that sticker looks like. It says "Equality hurts no one," and it's got all the symbols in it. You know that? I've got that I've got that on my work truck that I drive around every day and do business through, and I've had that on my work truck since I bought it. And the reason I've had that on there,
the mistake is totally
the
unreasonable.
mistake
Maybe
is
you
yours
should-
for coming in and making a bunch of assumptions. You've decided that I was here to protest this. You've decided that I'm MAGA. You've decided that I'm anti-LGBTQ. You've decided all these things before you even spoke with me. That's part of the problem
I
in this
think
country.
that maybe your messaging isn't very clear then. So
My
maybe,
messaging
can you
was
tell me now?
how could my messaging have been any more clear? I stood back quietly and said nothing. I said nothing. You can go back and watch my live feed. I said not a word. I walked around and I introduced people to what was going on. I showed them the senator walking in. I showed them other people. I did all that. Doc got here. We didn't even connect. I just filmed what was going on. And as soon as he walked up there and stood silently with his sign, they started swarming him and bumping into him and purposely getting in the way.
I've seen
you saw
And
that,
you're okay
right?
with that?
You okay with that? Is that cool with you?
I don't think it was a crime or anything.
What would you think if?
But you're okay
Hold on a
with it.
second.
But
Hold on a
you're okay
second.
with it, right?
Flip
I
it.
don't know. I
Flip
think
it.
it seems like a pretty normal
Flip
sort
it.
of.
If you went to a MAGA event and that happened, what would you think of it?
I wouldn't be offended by the tactics specifically.
Okay.
I just
But now
would
with all
continue
that
to
happening,
disagree with the points that were being.
let's not get into the things that we disagree with. Let's continue with what happened here. So when they were doing that, so that's not a big deal. So when I walk
committed
in,
specifically
so
by
when I walk
blocking
in,
visitors.
when I walk in and I
It's
start
for your
yelling,
side not to
leave
allow
him
another
alone.
viewpoint.
When I walk in and I start yelling, leave him alone, is a crime occurring?
I don't think much crime of any sort.
Is a
happened.
crime occurring when I walk in and I say,
not like you know
leave him
statutes
alone?
or
Is that a
anything.
crime?
You have no idea
I
what
don't
you're
think.
talking about.
I don't think there was any crime.
Okay,
happening. No.
so where's the problem? I stood in there to defend his First Amendment right to be here with a sign and silently hold that sign without people harassing him. But you've labeled me a problem.
Look, I've only come here
Marcy, 2 seconds. Because here's the problem. Everybody assumes that I'm mad. Everybody assumes that I'm this guy that votes right-wing, that hates everything about the Democratic Party. But here's the thing, and I don't know that anybody really understands this about me, and I don't know why.
Okay.
Because I came here and I stood silently throughout the crowd and just kind of milled around and filmed what was going on. I filmed you walk in, I didn't say a word to you. This man walks in, and from day one, my intersection with him,
Oh, no, I did not.
my day one intersection with him was only defending his First Amendment right to speak his truth, whatever that truth is, whether I agree with it or not. Okay? He comes in here and stands here with a sign, silently, doesn't say a word to anybody. He gets swarmed where people are bumping into him, pushing him around. You saw all this is why I'm so frustrated. I had to go out there and get in the way of that, or else they were just going to keep doing it to him. Why couldn't you guys say, hey, leave the guy alone?
I think Representative Ballard finally did.
But no, not until, at what point?
Okay.
At what point?
So,
But saying now, I think Representative Ballard finally did, is not good enough. Because we were out there for 45 minutes while I watched this happening before I jumped in and said a word. And everybody's assuming that I'm MAGA and that I hate whoever I forget right now who the fucking president is. But I'm so Trump. I do hate Trump. That's where him and I do disagree. I can't stand the guy. But the problem is everybody's making this assumption that just because I defend his right to hold a sign, that I'm automatically with him. Is that why you won't defend his right to stand here? Because then they'll turn on you too?
He stood here.
But he got harassed the whole time, and none of you would say anything about it. That's not my representatives. We both took serious oaths to defend people's rights. And you look at my face.
Okay, so
this is very serious to me.
One concern that I have is I want to make sure that people do understand what the First Amendment says. The First Amendment says Congress shall not make a law.
Right.
Okay? And we're not Congress, and we're not making the law.
Right, but you know what happened out here? There were other crimes that going on right in front of your eyes. Battery, harassment. You know this as well as I do. You make the laws, Marcy. These things were happening out there. I've got it on my live feed. That man with the wheelchair came up and intentionally battered me 3 times.
I did not see that.
You didn't necessarily see that, but I've got it on video that man did that 3 different times. But you saw the other stuff going on with him. You guys owe us, every one of us, whether you like us or not, whether you agree with him or not, you owe every one of us to stand up there and say, stop doing that. You owe us. Do you see my face?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't anger. This is passion.
Mm-hmm.
I took an oath 33 years ago and I took it seriously. Please, when you see this shit going on, when you see it in a city commission meeting, you were on this commission. And you keep letting them get away with this. You need to advise them to stop doing this shit. And forget the city commission. Let's stay on task here.
Well, no.
This needs to change.
You mentioned the city commission. And when somebody is publicly speaking, I'm not sure that it makes sense for somebody else to be able to have a sign so that if their video is shared,
No, I'm talking, man, I'm talking,
That's-
the city commission, what I'm talking about is you say the wrong word in there and they throw you out. Same as a school board, you say a cuss word in there and they just throw you out. That's not freedom of speech. But let's stay on task here. You guys witnessed crimes happening out here and said nothing about it. And that, you didn't defend his right, his First Amendment right to be here by way of calling out those batteries and those
he was
harassments.
here and nobody asked him to leave.
Marcy, does somebody have to, you didn't, you guys can't act like that didn't happen now. You can't act like that didn't happen. Now you didn't see any of
My recollection was watching him move around.
I'm gonna go home. I think it's
So-
time for everybody to go home.
Okay.
So I watched him move around.
But
I
you didn't
al-
see any of the battery or harassment or any of that. You didn't see
I
any of
didn't
that.
see battery. I saw people putting signs in front of his sign.
You didn't see anybody hit him with a sign?
I did not see
No.
anybody hit him with a sign.
It's funny when this stuff happens and we're in the same park. It's on
You
video,
have it-
Marcy.
And please go up and stand on the gazebo, and you will have a different
Ma'am, I've stood on that
viewpoint.
gazebo a number
right,
of times.
but you have a different viewpoint. So if somebody
Here,
is
let's turn that around though. Go watch the live feed. You'll have a different viewpoint. You'll see our point of view.
I believe what you're telling me.
Then
I'm
do-
just
then-
saying.
then stand up and
from-
do something about it.
From the gazebo, that's not what you see because you're looking over
Marcy,
that sidewalk.
at any point in time up there, you could have said, hey, let's stop all this and have a peaceful meeting. But you chose not to. That's cool. Fucking people. No. No, it fucking irritates me that they won't defend our rights. These are our representatives that won't defend everybody.
Well, of course, we're on the wrong side. If it was their side and it was a MAGA rally, you're damn right they would be. Damn right.
I probably hate Trump as much as you do, Marcy.
That's good to know. Thank you. And it's. I mean,
You know,
I don't know- okay.
but it's pathetic that I get lumped in, that I'm somehow anti-left because I defend this man's rights. That's the kind of shit they did in Germany. I don't really have anything else to say to you. I don't really have anything else to say or hear from you. Let's go, Justin. I'm ready to leave. I'm ready to leave. These fucking people.
Just 1 second.
I'm ready
I
to
want
leave.
to see the event organizer come down.
I can't stand people that won't stand up for rights.
Because she sat up there and straight up said, yeah, we support violence.
Oh no, I saw her mouthing that she hates you. Yeah.
She's a nasty bitch.
Exactly. I know.
Huh? Yeah, she is. Is that Barbara Ballard? Is that Ballard over there? Yeah, that's Barbara Ballard. She's a representative.
She wouldn't answer me.
Yeah. Oh, she's not going to answer you.
Yeah, she would not answer. So this is just a no Trump rally? Like, that's what it was?
Pretty much. Yeah, and that's your.
And the
That's
support
Marcy
of
Francisco,
Ukraine.
the state representative over there. And she's not going to defend anybody's from being battered or anything at a rally or something like that. I mean,
Right.
if you're against anything or you stand opposed to these
like,
folks,
if you have a policy, be fair all
Yeah,
around.
it's
you
okay to
know?
abuse
I've
those
been to
that-
jail
that's
so
not
many
on the
times
same
on
size as
assault
you.
I spit one time on the ground and I got arrested for assault.
that's what's crazy about this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you support violence against your political opponents, the opposition? Support violence?
That's
Sat
what
down on
happened
that
here,
stage and
Melinda.
said, yeah, I support violence.
That's what happened here
Yeah,
today.
Real brave lady. Real brave lady. And you're a racist.
And they made it an all-woman thing on purpose.
Oh,
That's
sure.
what that lady over there said.
They
That
did?
guy, yeah. He said, why didn't you have someone speak? And it was this dude. And she goes, because we made it an all-woman thing. Or she made it an all-woman thing.
You got that recorded? We made it an all-woman thing on
He's got
purpose?
it on recorded, yeah.
Nice. These fucking people. It's incredible that they act that way.
So then they only have female politicians speaking.
No, I don't get it. I'm a female.
Are you really?
Do you know how much you and I agree on, Melinda?
What was this about? An
I thought you were a man.
Like some reading, like information
Melinda,
about what they were talking about?
Do you even realize how much we agree on?
Can I have some info on this?
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Hey,
there was a rally today.
Why are you talking to me like that, dude? I don't
You
know
guys gotta
you.
back the hell off.
Yeah. well,
You literally just stepped up to
She
me
just
and
asked for a
said, back the
pamphlet.
fuck
She
off.
wants information.
And
so
I was
why are you
talking
talking
back.
to her?
There was a rally today.
Guys, look
Go.
out. Oh, please.
Back up, Michael. We're trying to disassemble the
No,
table.
I'm good right here. I'm good right here.
So I can't have any information
I'm good
about
right
what
here.
you spoke about and who spoke?
You can figure it out.
That's all I was asking for. Do you have a pamphlet or flyer that you gave out?
It's in the
Your piece of
What
work,
was
aren't
on
you?
the stuff she just collected?
Yeah,
that
just
was
like you,
on the
Michael.
table for people to take. I can't have one of those?
It goes in the red.
You have no authority,
Look
man.
out, Michael.
Yeah, I know that, Michael.
No!
That's why I'm standing
Why are you guys so freaking weird? Oh my god.
Wow. Talk about emotional problems. Do you need a hug?
We appreciate you.
That's the one that asked me if I needed a hug.
That's Democrats right there. If anyone's like, hey, what's a Democrat? I just show them the video of that. And that's your side there, lesbian guy.
If you
Lesbian guy.
you know, we wouldn't even
What's a
be
lesbian
standing
guy?
here face to face if you not come up and started all that
We
shit.
wouldn't
just
have
a
to
second
stand
ago.
here. They're trying to put up
Maybe
their shit to
you
go
didn't need
away.
to go up and start mean mouthing for no reason.
Wow,
Treating people
thank
with
you, Michael, for
disrespect.
the wisdom. Thank
Yeah.
you for the wisdom.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
What else are you gonna do today? You gonna go
Nothing
hang
for
out?
you, man. Nothing for you.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nothing? You're gonna go straight home? You guys are just
Bang
gonna
your
chill
mom.
out?
It's just
Wow.
with the Democratic.
Again? Jesus Christ.
No, I'm going to actually go home and finish the police report on the several batteries and the different things that happened
Fantastic.
here today.
Are you gonna
At
do that
your
in a
guys'
Word doc
hands.
or a Google doc?
No, I don't know. Maybe we'll do it online so everybody can see.
time to go.
Okay, let's get out of here.
Angela, right?
Angelo, yes.
Good.
That's my name.
Angela?
Everybody,
Yeah.
this is Angela.
Nice to meet you.
You knew it.
You know, we agree on a lot more than you think we don't. But you're going to hate me because I defend somebody's rights.
That's your mom's vagina.
What is wrong?
Yeah, really. There go the emotional men and women of the Democrat Party.
Are we meeting at your house, I assume?
Yeah,
Okay, and then
we'll
we'll
stop by there.
go to the restaurant.
Yeah.
You haven't met this lady.
That's all right. She's been very busy.
You're a lot braver when the rally's going on. You're standing up there with a microphone.
Right, Malvin, I hate you to people.
Where?
Violence against the opposition.
The key or the padlock?
Yeah.
Padlock. There needs to be a padlock. There was one.
Look inside.
Did anybody see the padlock? I wonder if at all.
Oh, you're asking me a question?
I mean, you were standing up.
Now that you're acting like I don't exist for the last 15 minutes?
You were busy.
Yeah, we're busy too, bitch.
I don't know.
Uh-oh, you're going to have to pay for that.
Huh? Just gonna leave it unlocked? What about the vandals that might come by and take it? I'm gonna actually wait and film this because we definitely don't want anything happening inside there.
Oops. It's fine. I'll just let them know. There's a number to text.
She's gonna say fuck it and leave.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna text them so that
Just,
they know.
just fuck it. We're out of here.
Kryptonite.
No matter if somebody steals shit out of there or not.
Why did you make it an all-woman thing?
Did you fucking see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she
I
just
saw it. I got it right here on
she
camera.
totally like shoulder checked you.
Yep. I don't care
That
about
one
the
I'm
camera. That
fucking
kid, somebody
recording.
talked
That
about
one
my
I'm fucking
fucking
recording, you fucking bitch.
That's pathetic behavior, guys.
Yeah, she totally shoulder checked him on her way out and thought she was bad while she did it.
Guys, and I'm telling you what, that kind of shit right there, and I'm gonna turn this around because I'm gonna tell everybody, you motherfuckers need to understand, and I'm gonna tell everybody in Lawrence this right now, you motherfuckers need to understand that this is why, just to spite you bitches, I might actually vote for Trump next time. Just to spite you motherfuckers.
Term? Oh, no, you're
Amen.
I can't stand this motherfucker.
I might
I can't
destroy you.
stand the Donald Trump. But you know what? If this is the way they're gonna act when they fucking oppose the guy, this is the way they're gonna act though. And they're gonna lump me in. They're gonna assume I voted for him anyway, so I might as well, right?
Exactly.
A Democrat's just a Republican in a
God
cheaper
damn.
suit.
It's just incredible the kind of shit
All
you
it
guys
is.
do,
They're on
man.
the same team.
Not democratic.
Yeah, you don't seem like it, that's for sure. You damn sure don't seem democratic. You damn sure don't seem democratic. Yeah? Okay.
How many times have you been able to vote?
But you support this kind of shit that happened here?
I don't agree with everything that you guys do. I don't agree with what everything they do. A lot to it. My family has served for this country. The Constitution is under attack. I have served for this country. It's disappointing that everyone.
Hey,
Hey, thank you for your service, bro.
Hey, look
You're
into
good.
the Antarctica Treaty.
Hello.
Do it.
Well-
Seriously, because they're on the same team.
Sometimes the hardest thing to do is to stand up in the unpopular crowd, man.
I know.
Why don't you take the laptop?
I mean, I study this town. I So I agree.
Yeah, my family's all
Yeah, they're
in
calling for you.
military as well.
You guys have a wonderful day.
Yep.
You too. Enjoy your dinner.
Yep.
So, wasn't that something, man? Doc,
That was something.
Doc, what are your thoughts?
Well, to be honest, that's not an unusual thing. Every rally that I've showed up at, that's what they do. They come and they surround me like that. It happened at the state capitol for a trans event.
I saw that.
It's happened at the library.
Uh-huh.
It's happened
It
here at
happened
an
in
abortion
Marion,
rally in
Kansas,
2022.
at the
They just come and they
the
ACLU.
Yep.
They come and they just surround like that. They're totally against the
It's a
opposite
sign that they
viewpoint,
get
and
so
then
offended
they
by.
want to sit up
Exactly.
there and say that they're all for free speech and democracy and that they're the Americans.
Okay, you guys came over from Topeka.
Yeah, we were on date
Yeah,
night.
so we're
Well,
married,
your
but
live
we've
feed came up and we
you
clicked
know,
on it.
like we've
Okay.
been, you know, whatever for a while. So I live in Mission, and
Okay.
so I was, yeah,
Well-
we checked out of our hotel, went and saw a movie. We come out of the movie, and YouTube notification, I see that you drive, and
Right.
so I go, I'm like, oh, we're going. They're
Well,
gonna get arrested.
I had
We're
a
going.
guy-
As soon as we saw the narrative try to flip on you,
It-
she was like, "We're going." I said, "Okay, let's get it."
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Get a
that.
Dropbox link to him for his footage.
Yeah, and we also, I have a guy
Yeah,
in
it's my
Topeka that
footage.
just contacted me today looking for somebody to try to help hold some things accountable over there in
Really?
Topeka.
Will he film? Because
Well, he's looking for somebody else to film.
Okay, okay.
But anyway, we'll talk to you guys here a little bit more when we're off the live. But we had some backup come over from Topeka to show up, and then I think there's a couple more on the way.
He's a subscriber
But
too. I
how
just
you
met
doing,
him
man?
here today,
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to you guys.
Oh, right on.
All right, man. What's your name?
Are you here in town?
What's your name?
Kobe
Born and
Owen.
raised, yeah.
Kobe Owen?
Commented on some of your videos.
Okay.
Awesome. Appreciate you, brother.
Are you here in town?
Appreciate it.
I've lived here my whole life.
Right on.
Okay.
Cool.
Were you here at the event, or did you see it happen?
Man, and then that time
my
you were
grandma
at the
came
Okay.
like
Then I
meeting,
started
the community meeting or whatever, and the college kids were there to
Appreciate you
protest
watching and
Palestine, you know,
Right.
and they all started to lean in on you. You handled it so well, because
Well,
you
it's,
know I get intimidated by college kids these days too. You know.
well, it's crazy, and this is the difficult thing is, and like I was telling Marcy Francisco a few minutes ago, I don't disagree with a lot of the stuff the liberal side believes in.
Right? Me either.
But I'll tell you what, man, the more I get shut down and the more I get lumped in and called a MAGA and all this other stuff, it's
Yeah.
like, hell with all you people.
I
you
know, I know. It's so programmed in their mind. I was telling him on
Yeah,
the
what
way
do you
here
think
because
of
I was
that?
listening to what they were talking about.
I'm honestly not surprised the way they
I'm gonna check the truck
That's
because
their
with
MO?
these guys,
Yeah,
That's
the
how
way
they do
they
it.
acted today,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah, I want to.
Come over here.
Hey, you
Over here.
Right over here.
Yep.
Got it.
Right on, brother. You here in Lawrence?
Yeah, I've lived
And
here.
you can bring their dog.
You live here. Hold on. Okay.
Right
Yeah,
on.
man. Shit.
All right, guys. So we're going to end the live stream. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And that's
Yeah.
the South Park gazebo
Keep auditing.
where all the bullshit happened. So appreciate y'all coming. Take it easy.